Oh.
Administration here at Bountiful.
Come on. So.
Welcome to Bountiful High School. John Newbold alongside tonight. We're joined with Kevin Heiner. He's filling in for Rex. Kevin, thank Kyle. I said Kevin. Kyle Heiner. So it looks like Bountiful will be kicking off. We apologize for our getting us on the air for the pregame, but it's underway. The kicker, as he went to kick, slid on this grass field as he kicked it. Skyview's got it at the 15. Up to the 20-yard line, still trying to find a hole. He gets outside to the 25 and bounced out of bounds on the Braves. Excuse me, that's the Redhawks sideline. So I'm off to a great start, Kevin.
I appreciate you, John.
So the Bountiful Redhawks, excuse me. So the Bobcats will start going right to left on your radio dial. We appreciate you joining us tonight as the Bobcats will start 1st and 10.
Skyview will start 1st and 10 on their 27-yard line.
So Zollinger comes out for the Bobcats. Reed Wild in the backfield from their own 27. 11:52 on the clock. Zollinger throws it out to Davis, and he gets up the field to about the 35. We'll see where they mark him out of bounds.
Pushed out of bounds by number 52, Jordan Walton.
So just a quick start there, Kyle, as they just whipped it out to Davis, who had a monster game last week against Green Canyon in the win.
Yeah, he looked solid last week. Really, last few weeks actually has really looked strong. Really contributed on offense.
So about a 7-yard. We'll give him 6 yards on that pass play. 2nd down and 4. Fake the handoff. Zollinger rolls out to the right side, just dumps it off to Kimball Jackson, who breaks a tackle and has the 1st down up near the 40-yard line.
Yeah, Kimball is so, what's the word I'm looking for? He's slippery. He doesn't look very fast, but you get him the ball, he gets downfield. He's a downhill runner, no doubt, after he catches the ball.
So a 7-yard pass play there to Jackson for the 1st down. Last week it took Skyview a couple possessions to get a 1st down against Green Canyon. They've got their first down of the night after that 7-yard pass to Jackson. So 1st and 10 on the right hash on the east side of the field. It's Reed Wild in the backfield on the right hip of Zollinger. He takes the snap, handoff to Wild, who breaks it outside. A couple stiff arms, and now he's upfield across the 45 to the 46. He had to do a lot of east and west running to get a few yards there.
Yeah, no, Bountiful did a great job on stretching that out, but Reed was able to find that hole and get a good, healthy, looks like a 5-yard gain. It looks like a huddle, no huddle offense right now.
So Skyview hurries up on 2nd and 5, try to draw the defensive line of Bountiful off sides, and they didn't. They kind of flinched but didn't come across. So Zollinger looks to the sideline. They've got the ball on the left hash. Opening drive, 10:35 on the clock. 2nd down and 5 for the Bobcats. 3 receivers to the right. Zollinger in shotgun. Truman Moser in the backfield this time. Zollinger's going to throw it back to Watterson, who gets a block, gets upfield right by the sticks. We'll see if they give him the 1st down. He's across the 50, so I think he's got it. They're going to mark him at the 48.
And that's a great block by Brooks Rigsby. He's another up-and-coming player for this offense.
So 8-yard pass play, we'll call it. I guess it could have been a run play. So 1st and 10 Bobcats at the Bountiful 48. They show blitz up the middle as the linebackers were showing blitz for Bountiful that time. And Zollinger looks to the sideline for the play call. Now he moves the running back behind him. That's Moser. He's back to pass. The blitz is on. They set up the screen. It's complete. The middle screen. And it is complete. And a 4 or 5 yard gain there to the 44.
Yeah, it looks like they were marking 4. Number 75 on defense did a great job covering that. He read that screen the whole entire way, but Moser able to get a few yards out of that.
So that was Vaya Vaca,
And 6.
6'1", 289 defensive lineman
44-yard line.
for the Red Hawks. 2nd down and 6 for the Bobcats. Zollinger fakes the handoff. He's going to throw. It's tipped, but still caught. Wow, a defensive lineman got his paw on it, and it's still on the slant pattern. Came to Hall.
Great adjustment by Hall, seeing that ball was in danger and still made a play on that.
That's how open he was, because that ball was in the air, Kyle.
Yeah, I mean, one quick second, and I think Davis probably would have gotten a few more yards on that, but they still get a first down, and that's, again, a great adjustment.
So the Bobcats, another first down, their 3rd of this drive that started at their own 27. Hall, a couple of receptions on this drive. The Bobcats, this 7th play of the drive coming up, they've had 6 pass plays and 1 run. Reed Wild goes out of the backfield. It's an empty backfield for Zollinger. He's going to throw. It's complete. I believe that was Watterson who got down, and on the outside, if Zollinger saw him, someone was streaking. I think that's Rigby down the outside.
Yeah.
That was actually Hall on the catch, you said.
Yeah, Hall on the catch. Hall made that catch, and Zollinger, all credit to him. He makes his first read, and if it's open, he'll throw it. But Hall's done a great job. Again, like I said earlier, last week before, getting open and making great plays on the ball.
So another 6-yard pass play. It's good to see Hall out there. He was kind of hobbled a little bit last week.
Yeah, I think the main thing with that last week was great stretch option by Zollinger there.
Yeah, you're right. Like Zollinger took the snap, he faked the fly sweep to Watterson, and then took it up the gap in the middle. But you were saying about Hall?
Yeah, Hall last week was dealing with a lot of cramping. I think in that weather last time, and just the situation there was tough on Hall's body, but he looks healthy as ever.
Well, besides, the players were ready to go and had to go back to the locker room. So 3rd down and short, about 1 yard. Zollinger in shotgun. Takes the snap, hand off, trying to find a hole, and nothing there. Great recognition. It's going to be close, depends on the spot, right at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to move him back a yard.
So number 28, that was Hunter Nilsson, I believe, on the stop there for Bountiful. About 4th and 2 now. They lose a yard.
And a long 2. 4th down and a long 2 for the Red Hawks.
Yeah, that play took a while to develop on the rush. He couldn't find a hole. So 4th down and 2 for Truman Moser and the Bobcats. 3 receivers to the right. Zollinger looks to the sideline. That looks like Bountiful's bringing some pressure up the middle. On 4th and 2, Zollinger gets the snap. He's going to run option to the left. He pitches it out to Moser. Moser gets horse-collared out of bounds. The referee got knocked down, so I don't see how he gets the spot, but I thought the Bobcats got it. It looked like.
It looked really close. It looks like on the other side it might be.
It's going to be dependent on the spot, but the referee that makes that, and they're just not even going to measure.
Yeah, they're just going to call it going the other way.
So Bountiful stops the Bobcats. He needed 2 yards. He got 1, so on the 10th play of the drive, the Bobcats get stopped.
Yeah, and again with that option play, I mean, the great read by that defense. That linebacker read the quarterback, squatted, and then the corner, I mean, they just strung the corner out and made the play.
So 6:44 in the first quarter.
29-yard line.
They're starting from their own 29. It's Gelman at quarterback. He's in shotgun on 1st down, sends a man in motion. Now he takes the snap. He's going to hand it off up the middle, I believe, in Skyview. I believe that was Jackson.
Kimball Jackson, yeah. He's nothing but respect for that guy. He's played hurt for the first part of the season, came back strong, and he's just looked like an absolute baller the last few weeks again.
1 yard rush that time for the Red Hawks, so it brings up 2nd down and 9 at the 30-yard line. Two backs in the backfield with Gelman, the quarterback. Skyview shows blitz. They hand it off to Cottle. He breaks outside. He's got some speed. He's out to the outside, the 50, 45, 40, and he's off to the races, and he's going to score a touchdown, 70 yards for the Red Hawks, and it's a touchdown from 70 yards.
Great job by that offensive line for the Bountiful Red Hawks on hitting their guys and the receivers for maintaining their blocks on the outside.
So on the 2nd play from scrimmage for the Red Hawks, they go 70 yards to Cottle, and he scores down the left side pretty easily as he turned on the jets there.
Yeah, and you mentioned, Coach Howell talked about Cottle during pregame and saying how he's just a really physical and quick runner for this offense.
Kick is up and good, so with 5:58, it's 7-0 for Bountiful. We'll take a short break and be back right after this.
Sack lunch, picnic lunch, business lunch. There's nothing better or more satisfying than the lunch special at Old Grist Mill. It's lunch the way Mother Nature intended. All natural bread, the perfect amount of meat, veggies to your liking. And then it only gets better with your choice of a fresh-baked cookie, chips, and drink. You know what we're talking about, that famous Old Grist Mill lunch special. Get your made-to-order special at the South Logan, and now Smithville locations. Old Grist Mill, here for you.
On that driver, 62, Anisi Purcell.
So the Skyview Bobcats turn it over on the 10th play of the drive on 4th and 2. They only gain 1 yard. They're stuffed, and so they turn the ball over. And on the second play, Bountiful, from their second play from scrimmage from the 30-yard line, a 70-yard touchdown run by Cottle puts Bountiful up 7-0. You don't like to see that, Kyle, but I guess the good news is it happens so quick that there's still a lot of time in this game.
Oh, yeah. This is nothing to sweat over. I mean, it's still early on in the game. I mean, credit to Bountiful for an excellent game, excellent play, but
the kick is up. It's a short one. It will be returnable from the 10. Skyview returns it to the 20. That's Watterson, and he gets wrapped up as he gets across the 20 to maybe the 22, 23-yard line. We'll see where the spot is. Clock is at 5:49 here in the first quarter. So again, other games going on tonight in fall break. You've got Skyview here tonight at Bountiful. Mountain Crest is at Maple Mountain, and Ridgeline is hosting Box Elder. So
yeah, and that Ridgeline Box Elder game should be a fun one to watch as well.
22-yard line, Skyview will take over. 1st and 10. They had a good drive going before they got stopped on 4th down. They swing it out there on 1st down to Watterson. Gets upfield to about the 27-yard line as he just came across right to left on the formation and just took that little pass, had some blockers in front, and gets up to the 28-yard line, so a 6-yard gain on 1st down. So 2nd and 4 for the Bobcats. Again, if you're watching this on CacheValleyDaily.com, your video experience is brought to you by Adams Wealth Advisors. 2nd down and 4 for the Bobcats. Zollinger in shotgun takes a snap. He's back to pass. He's got some room. He throws it out there to Hall, complete at midfield, and Hall falls down at the 49. Great job on the little post pattern.
Yeah, and Skyview's offensive coordinator, Brant Reese, is coming out slinging the ball. Hasn't ran it a whole lot, but the passing game's been really effective for him so far. 21-yard
pass play to Hall. So they're on their side of the field at the 49, 1st and 10. They swing the pass out again to Wild this time. He's across midfield to the 45 and bowls his way forward all the way down to about the 42. So a great job there, be a yard shy. Got 9 yards on that play. That was Wild.
Yep. And Wild, again, Wild is such a bruising runner. Him and Truman Moser in the backfield, just it's a dynamic duo that just, they complement each other for sure.
So 2nd down and 1 from the Bountiful 42-yard line. Zollinger is going to hand it off. Big hole for Truman Moser on the left side. And we talked about that with Coach. We didn't get a chance to play it in pregame, Kyle, but he talked the last 3 games, Skyview's been averaging around 5 yards per carry, and that offensive line doing a great job.
Yes, the offensive line has done an awesome job. Coach Jim Walker doing a great job with his crew that he has this year.
So a 6-yard rush there. Skyview's 4th first down of the first half. Ball's on the left hash, 1st and 10, empty backfield. He throws it out there, it's complete. Breaks 1 tackle, but he can't break the 2nd, and they push him back. He should have forward progress. From the 36 was the line of scrimmage. Let's see where they mark him, his forward progress. Probably to about the 34.
So it looks like, 34-yard line there.
So a 2-yard pass play. 6th play of the drive coming up that started at their own 22. 7-0 Bountiful with 3:30 here in the first quarter. Beautiful evening for high school football. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Running back on the left hip of Zolly. Back to pass. Now the pressure's up the middle. He's going to run. He's got a lot of room on the right side. He's got the first down and more and runs out of bounds to avoid a hit on that far side of the field on the east side. So from the 34, they mark him at the 24. So a 10-yard carry for Zollinger. Good job by Zollinger that time.
Yeah, great read by Zollinger to see the pressure coming off the right side and getting the first down.
So ball's on the right hash, 3 receivers to the left, the wide side of the field, that's the west, going right to left on your radio dial. 1 receiver to the right side. Zollinger takes a snap, he throws, it is complete. Breaks it outside and tackled, number 11.
Brighton Williams,
Brighton
Williams, a sophomore for this team.
Yeah, he doesn't get a lot of catches, so from the 25, he gets up to the 19, a 6-yard pass play, and I believe the Bobcats have only called 2 running plays the whole time. There's been Zollinger rushing, but there's only been 2 called ones. 2nd down and 5 at the 19.
Reed Wild's on his right hip.
Yeah, Zollinger has it. Shotgun. Now the ball's on the left hash. 3 receivers to the wide side of the field to the east. Zollinger back to pass. He's looking that way. He throws. He's got a man out there. It is caught if he was in bounds. Touchdown! It's a touchdown. He was out there. They call it a touchdown.
And that is Michael Ferguson that made that catch. Great adjustment in the air, and great throw by Zollinger to throw it only where his man can get that.
So that was a great job on the fade route. So Ferguson, a 19-yard touchdown, and Skyview strikes back. 8 plays that started from their own 22, and they're into the end zone with Ferguson. So 7-6 right now, pending the extra point. Erickson with 201 career PATs. He's 3rd all-time in the state of Utah. And it's blocked off the edge. Erickson got it up, but it is blocked. So it will be Skyview 6 and Bountiful 7 with 2:23 in the first quarter. We'll be back right after this break. So on the Bobcats' second drive, Kyle, the Bobcats drive down in 8 plays and score on a 19-yard pass play from Zollinger to Ferguson, but the extra point is blocked. So with 2:23 in the first quarter, it's 7-6 Bountiful, but that was a good answer for the Bobcats on their second possession.
Oh, most definitely. That was a great drive. Zollinger has looked really crisp the last month, and that's the time you want to heat up, right before the playoffs start.
Yeah, again, we'll find out the final RPIs. They'll be out Saturday at 9 a.m. on the Utah High School Sports Athletic Association's website. So the Bobcats coming into this game, they were 5th in the 4A RPI. Bountiful, last time I checked, they were 5th in 5A. So it should be interesting to see how the RPIs work out this Saturday.
Yeah, and Coach Freckleton here at Bountiful has done an amazing job. In the last 2 years has really turned this program into a contender in the 5A region.
Yeah, he was an assistant for, I believe, 10 years or something. And then he took over as head coach. And they won the region last week. So 1st and 10 Bountiful from their own 20. They hand it off around the left side. He's got some speed up the middle, and he's got a good gain as he just came around the outside up to the 34, a 14-yard rush for a first down.
Looks like you had Sundstrom and Watterson on the tackle there.
So clock running, 7-6 Bountiful, 2 minutes, 5 seconds on the first quarter clock. It's 1st and 10 from their own 34. The 2 running backs on each hip of Galeman, the quarterback. Takes the snap. He's going to fake the handoff. Now he rolls out. He throws it. It's complete to the 40, up across the 45, and near midfield, I believe.
Yep, and that was Reed Wild on the tackle for that.
So from the 34 to the 48, so back-to-back first downs on a 14-yard rush and now a 14-yard pass play. Bountiful's offense is rolling. Skyview's defense a little bit reeling here in the first quarter. Bountiful leads 7-6. First and 10 for the Redhawks. Excuse me. On the fly sweep, they get it up the field and into Skyview territory, and about a 10-yard gain there. Again,
going to mark him a yard short, it looks like.
That was Tegan Dower. Give him 9 yards.
9-yard pickup, second down.
It's a habit that I keep calling their old mascot. It's the Redhawks, though. I'll get it right sometimes.
We'll give you some leeway there.
Thanks, I appreciate it. 43-yard line of Skyview. It's second down and 1. Same formation, couple receivers to the left. Skyview showing blitz. The snap back to Galeman. He hands it off to Cottle. Cottle burst through. Skyview with a hit at the line of scrimmage, but Cottle got up to the first down marker and up to the 40 actually.
I think that was Cam Carling on the stop there.
So a 3-yard rush, another first down for the Redhawks. 50 seconds on the first quarter clock. 7-6, Bountiful with the lead. And they're driving into Skyview territory. Skyview showing blitz again. Now Galeman takes a snap. The blitz is on, and he is sacked. Back at the 49. That was Truman Moser with the sack, and Skyview needed that defensively because a lot of momentum for the Redhawks. It's going to be an 8-yard loss on that sack, the first one of the night.
Yeah, and Truman Moser brought the pressure, and then Izzy Torres kind of cleaned it up there and brought him down for an 8-yard loss.
So the Bobcats get the sack there. It goes back to the 48-yard line of Skyview. 8 seconds left in the first quarter. Second down and long for the Redhawks. They get the snap off, handoff. They get around the outside. Big gain to the 40, and then taken down from behind. That was Cottle. They're going to mark him down at the 36-yard line, so a 12-yard rush. It'll bring up a third down to start the second quarter. So at the end of one quarter, it's 7-6 Bountiful. We'll be back right after this.
The Karen Nielsen Guild Mortgage Team will help you find the loan to fit your life. Guild Mortgage offers hundreds of loan products for a wide variety of borrowers, including first-time home buyers, military families, and rural residents. Guild Mortgage also offers many state, county, and city housing programs that provide down payment assistance. At Guild, they work hard to deliver what matters most to you with a loan that fits your life. Call 435-294-2480 or Google Karen at Guild Mortgage, NMLS 3274 and 80226, Equal Housing Lender.
When it's important to make an impression, call on the Logo Shop. They specialize in designing and customizing your logo onto t-shirts, golf shirts, jackets, and hats. Your logo will look great on name brand apparel from Nike, Travis Mathew, OGIO, North Face, Under Armour, and Carhartt. The Logo Shop can put your logo on literally thousands of items: pens, water bottles, mugs, travel accessories, outdoor gear like Yeti coolers. Call the Logo Shop and check out the possibilities.
The Logo Shop, logo stuff, the Logo Shop.
7-6, welcome back here on The Fan. It's, let's see, it is third down for the Redhawks. They set up a screen, it's complete, and he's got room to run, and he's got the first down. Ball, was that, oh, it was on the sideline. There was a ball that popped up, I thought, on the tackle, but it was on that Skyview sideline. That the ball, someone must be practicing kicking or something, but something shot up in the air. I thought that they popped it loose, but it's a first down. From the 36, they get down to the 22, so a 14-yard screenplay on third down that worked.
Yeah, no, that was a solid screenplay by Bountiful.
So this drive started at their own 20 with 2:23 in the first quarter.
First and 10.
Looks like the refs.
Well, now they're all discussing something here. It was 3rd and long. Now Bountiful goes to huddle, but I don't know. Now they start the clock, so whatever it was, it doesn't matter now. It's a first down. So 7-6 Bountiful. They've got 1st and 10 at the Skyview 22-yard line, just underway here in the second quarter. Takes the snap. Gelman hands it off. He's got a burst to the outside. A lot of speed, and he's going to score. Dives for the corner of the end zone, and he is in from 22 yards out. Well, Coach talked about how good Cottle is. He's not big. He reminds me of a small back that we've seen from the Skyview opponents, but he has got a ton of speed.
He bursts off that edge. That stretch play for Bountiful has just been very productive for the Bountiful offense, and so he scores again on a
22 yards.
On a 22-yard run, so he's off to a great start tonight.
So Cottle probably over 100 yards, Kyle, because he had a 70-yard TD run. That one, 22. Snap is back, kick is down, and it is good. So we'll keep it here, but it's 14-6, just underway here in the second quarter. Bountiful with the lead. John Newbold, Kyle Heiner with you. Rex Davis has the night off, so we appreciate Kyle filling in. And coming into this game, Kyle, I know that the Bobcats, this was a big game for them seeding-wise with the RPI, but right now they're just getting crushed on the run.
Yeah, and a normally solid defense by Coach Howell is I mean, there's holes opening up. That again, that edge isn't being sealed off. It's a surprising. Kind of a surprising night for this normally strong Skyview defense against the run.
At home in the field house on Tuesday, 5 o'clock against.
We do have some score updates that we'll try to get to.
Your volleyball team is currently first in 5A.
But 11:27 in the half. It's 14-6 Bountiful. Finally found my liners that I was looking for. I don't know what happened to them. But we thank you for listening here on 106.9 FM and 1390 AM The Fan. Or if you're watching the video stream on CashValleyDaily.com, your video experience is powered by Adams Wealth Advisors. So Bountiful about to kick off.
Redhawks, Ben Smith.
Ben Smith back to kick off. Skyview back deep has a couple of players standing at about their 5. The kick is a low line drive. It's going to be returnable by Watterson at the 5. He's going to run it. They've got a left return out there. He's got some room and the speed. He's still up. He's gone. He's to the 50, 45, 40. I don't see any flags. Nobody's going to catch Watterson. And he's in for the touchdown. A 95-yard touchdown return, Kyle. Great blocking that time.
Great blocking downfield. And Cole Watterson, I mean, once he finds that hole, he has that second-level burst. That I mean, once he's gone, he is gone. No one will catch up to him, and that's I mean, during practice, you'll see him just 100% all the time. And again, great return by Cole Watterson.
Watterson had that 99-yard fumble recovery last week that he ran into the end zone against Green Canyon to end the game, but what a burst, and he caught it on the west side of the field, and they had a left return. He had a run to the left side, but great blocking, and you could just see it materialize around the 25 that he hit that hole. There wasn't any Redhawks there to get him, but Skyview lining up for 2 as they got the extra point blocked earlier, so it's a 2-point conversion. Zollinger passes, it's complete for the 2-point conversion. And there's no flags.
Bryden Williams on that 2-point conversion. Great throw by Zolly on that quick flat route.
And so we're all tied up at 14. 11-11 on the clock. So just like that, it took the Bobcats, let's see, 16 seconds, Kyle, and they're right back on the board with the 2-point conversion and the touchdown, and they've tied it back up.
Yeah, no, I think that's credit to just how dangerous these two offenses, I guess special teams in this case, can be. Both these teams are just explosive and able to create the big plays when they need them.
Wow. I mean, it was 14-6, Bountiful, all the momentum. And then that 95-yard kickoff return is what we're calling it by Watterson. It could have been a little more, but he ran it back.
I think running clear across the field, we got to give him credit for running clear across the field and down, right? That's another 50 yards.
So he has been scoring like crazy. He had a big touchdown a couple touchdowns in that Mountain Crest game, an offensive touchdown and defensive touchdown on a pick six.
Yeah, no, he is an explosive player, especially at that safety position, and able to read the field really well.
Erickson punches it into the end zone for a touchback. Let's see if we can get a couple scores. We had a Maple Mountain Crest score come in here. So looks like 3-0 Maple Mountain over Mountain Crest. That's 157 in the first half. And hey, Kyle, on our line, do you want to just tell them and clarify the 14-14? I mean, it doesn't make sense to just on the. Let them know that that's the game. It's the same game. They might get confused. So it'll be Bountiful ball at their own 20. Sorry, just some housekeeping there. So Galeman comes out, shotgun formation. He's going to hand it off to the bigger back. Breaks a couple of tackles. He spins forward for about 7 yards.
That was number 24, Drew Bowles.
So Bowles is the bigger back, and here comes the smaller back, Cottle, but he's near or over 100 yards. So about a 9-yard rush on first down is what we're going to call it. So 2nd down and 1 for the Red Hawks. 10:40 in the first half, 14-14 after the touchdown and 2-point conversion. Two running backs in the backfield with Galeman. He takes a snap. He's going to hand it off. That's not Cottle, and he's ripped down, but he pushes forward. So from the 29 to the 34, Bowles gets 5 more yards and a first down for the Red Hawks.
That was Cordell Pond on the stop there.
So,
Drew Bowles picks up a beatdown.
so a first down at their own 34, 14-14, first half. Beautiful night here in Bountiful. Appreciate their administration and all that involved to allow us to be up here to broadcast this game tonight. Same formation on 1st and 10 for the Red Hawks. Fake the handoff to Bowles, and it's tipped at the line. He was trying to hit a receiver over the middle, and it was just knocked down. I don't know if, did you catch the number on who maybe got a hand on that?
I think it was Cam Carling on that hand.
Yeah, on the right side, so he just knocked it down. The Bobcats are without Blake Bishop tonight, who's sitting this game out.
And
it's a big blow, right?
It's a big loss, especially on that right tackle side where he anchors that, and on defense, you know, it's a huge loss as well.
So on 2nd down and 10, they hand it off to Cottle, and the Bobcats, for once, bottle him up. Cottle's been able to find all the right moves, and that time he went up the middle and got bottled up, but he gains 2 on that. No, they actually mark him at 3, so it'll be 3rd and 7 coming up.
Yeah, and
clock continues to run to 9.5 in the first half.
That was Izzy Torres and DeHeck on the stop last play.
So here it is. 3rd down, 3 receivers to the right for Galeman and the Red Hawks. Cottle in the backfield. Galeman takes it. He's back to pass. He's looking. He throws. It is incomplete. Oh, that's a pretty iffy. There was contact when the ball got there, but if that's pass interference, they're going to have to call it both ways. Pretty close because there was contact, but not enough. That pass was pretty bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't warrant. I honestly wouldn't warrant a pass interference on that call. I mean, Tate Thurston does a great coverage job. He had his hands up, ready to defend, but they'll get you more often on that than not.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be catchable in high school, and there was contact, so it takes that 15 yards and goes. That was a big play because it was incomplete. It was 3rd down, but the pass by Galeman was so far behind the receiver. I just have a hard time with that. 15 yards, automatic first down for the Red Hawks as they're in Skyview territory at the 48. So they hand off to Cottle up the middle. He breaks free. And then he's knocked down as he gets across the 45 to the 44, maybe the 43, depending on the spot.
And that would have been Connor Dean on the hanging on to the ankles of Cottle. He's been able to kind of run at his own will against this Skyview defense.
We'll give him 4 yards to the 44. Well, they gave it to the 43, so 5 yards. So bring up 2nd down and 5 for the Red Hawks with 8:45. 2 running backs in the backfield with Galeman. He's going to take it, hand it off to Cottle. He follows his blocker, and he's got first down near the 33.
The ball carrier.
as Skyview just cannot find an answer for that play.
33-yard line and a Red Hawks. First down.
Yeah, you won't see Bountiful offense run the ball that much. Pass the ball that much. They're definitely a run-first offense, but it's been effective tonight.
So 1st and 10, they're in Skyview territory, up to the 33.
33-yard line for your Red Hawks.
8:20 on the first half clock. We're tied at 14-14. 1st and 10, that's Bowles in the backfield. 3 receivers to the left side for Gilman. He's going to pass. He double moves, throws it up there. It is, almost picked off by the safety, but incomplete near the end zone.
Yeah, that was Sundstrom on the defense there, and great coverage by him. Almost had a pick, but we'll take an incompletion as well.
Yeah, that was a double move as they pump fake Gilman. The hitch and go there in the slot receiver, but Sundstrom, as you mentioned, read it and almost picked it off right near the goal line. We do have a score update coming up that we'll get to with Maple Mountain and Mountain Crest. We haven't gotten a Ridgeline score yet, but we'll get to that coming up after this play. 2nd down and 10 for the Red Hawks. 8:05 on the first half clock. They hand it off to Cottle, and he is taken down by about 3 Bobcats in the backfield, or maybe back at the line of scrimmage.
That was Connor Dean getting in, or excuse me. Man, I cannot see that number. 25. That would have been Cam Carling on that backfield stop there.
So no gain. So 3rd and 10 for the Red Hawks. The last 3rd down they had, it was a pass interference on Skyview that gave him the 1st down. It's 3rd and 10. They're at the Skyview 33. And it's 14-14. Big 3rd down here for the Skyview defense. Gilman with Bowles in the backfield. 2 receivers to each side. The quarterback takes the snap. He's back to pass. Still looking. Throws complete. Wide open over the middle and down in for a touchdown. That was just the running back, Bowles. He was just a delayed. He just waited like 3 seconds, and then he went right over the middle down the seam, and he was wide open, Kyle.
Yeah, and I think the quarterback's eyes, it drew the linebackers out of that zone, and then immediately that running back saw that soft zone and took advantage of the blown coverage, I guess we can call it.
So again, 20-14, a shootout here in the first half. Didn't quite expect this.
Especially with how cold it was. I wasn't expecting them to throw it as much, but they're...
Low line drive on the kick is good. It's up and through. So 21-14, Bountiful with 7:15. We'll take a break and be back right after this.
Your business has weathered the storms of change. Your employees have adapted to work from, well, anywhere. And you deserve an office technology partner that helps make your hybrid office the very best it can be. You deserve the latest laptops and desktops, the very best printers and copiers, the most robust network. You've gotten back to business. Now get back to greatness with Les Olson Company. Find out more at lesolson.com.
Les Olson Company.
Football.
Welcome back to Bountiful High School. It's 21-14 Bountiful after the 33-yard touchdown pass to Bowles. We've got a couple scores we're going to try to get to, but we'll see when we have a break here after the kickoff. We'll see, because we don't want to miss the kickoff since we've had some good returns.
So especially on this grass field, it's been been a great special teams play tonight.
So far, the defense for the Bountiful stopped the Bobcats once on 4th down, and they turned it over. But other than that, both teams have been able to move the ball pretty easily against the defense. So the kick by Smith is away. The low line drive, as they don't want it in Watterson's hands, they'll return it from the 15. It's not Watterson this time.
Brighton
Williams gets it a return out to the 26-yard line, and he's bottled up there and knocked down where Skyview should start. So we have a couple of score updates. Do you want to read those,
yeah,
Kyle?
I'll go ahead and read that.
Okay.
Yeah, so it looks like 9-0 Maple Mountain over Mountain Crest, about 5:20 in the second quarter. Ridgeline over Box Elder, 22-15, 10-24 in the second quarter. So
what was that score?
22-15 Ridgeline over Box Elder. So
How in the world?
I'm a little surprised by that, but Box Elder, to its own credit, that's another tough, gritty team out there that direction.
Well, Ridgeline must be playing their JV. That's all I'm going to say.
Caden Cox is sitting out tonight.
Yeah, Caden Cox is already sitting out. There's no way that's unless they've turned the ball over, which they haven't really done. But 21-14, Bountiful leads 7:09 here. Skyview 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Zollinger's going to pull it down. He gets a block. He's up to the 40 and gets out of bounds. Zollinger really kept it on the read option that time for a long time there, Kyle, before taking it out of the belly of the running back.
He will hang in there last second. I mean, coaching with these guys the last couple seasons, watching Zollinger run that read option play, he will hold on to that to the last second, and then he's got some tricky speed. Those long strides that he has just covers a lot of ground really quick.
Well, I was going to say, it must be the stride, because that looked like it was in slow motion.
We've defined him as a a giraffe across the Amazon there. That's how we define his running.
So at the 40-yard line, their own 40, Truman Moser in motion. He gets the fly sweep there. He goes up to the left side, but there's nothing doing, and he's cut in half right there. As he came from the right to the left, kind of a slow developing play, and Bountiful was able to knock Truman Moser down. And they're going to mark it. Did he lose a yard, or are they going to mark it right at the 40? No gain. They marked it right at the 40.
No, great read by that Bountiful defense, not falling for that motion.
Yeah, Moser lined up in the slot, and then he kind of came in motion across like a fly sweep and took the ball and tried to cut it up. He didn't go to the wide side of the field like a fly sweep that you're usually seeing.
I think he was trying to find that hole, and it just closed up pretty quick.
2nd and 10, Zollinger. You can't see where the blitz is coming from. Bountiful looks like they're bringing pressure. Wild in the backfield. Zollinger's going to pass quickly, complete, and taken down. His legs were, I think it was Sundstrom out there.
Yep, Sundstrom 81 out there. Great catch by him.
That's his first catch in like 3 or 4 games.
He has, Zollinger has not been targeting him a lot, but I'm glad to see him get a catch out there.
4-yard pass play brings up 3rd and about 6 for the Bobcats at the 44-yard, their own 44. 21-14 Bountiful, 5:50 on the first half clock. 3 receivers to the west side of the field, the wide side of the field. Wild on the right, hip of Zollinger. Takes a snap, he's looking right, he throws, it's tipped in, knocked down.
Number 62 for Bountiful.
Senior on EC, Purcell.
That's Purcell. On the incompletion, he knocked it down. It'll bring up 4th down. The Bobcats look to be punting. So Davis Hall in to punt for the Bobcats. First punt of the night. Back to receive. 2 receiving backs go back for Bountiful. They're near their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like back for...
So 4th and 6.
Back for Bountiful. Sorry, for Tegan Dower and 29...
Hall,
Sam Stevenson.
Hall gets the kickoff. It takes a Skyview bounce, but it went off the side of his foot, but he's lucky to get it off as Bountiful was right in the backfield ready to block that, and somehow he got it away, and it's a short punt that goes out at the 37. So a short punt, and Bountiful will have decent field position here. 5:32 in the first half for Bountiful. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Redhawks at their 37. Again, 5:32 in the first half, 21-14. Bountiful with the lead over Skyview. Both teams were ranked 5th in the last RPI ranking. 2 running backs in the backfield. Send a man in motion. They're going to hand it off. That's Cottle. He breaks free. He's got a lot of room. He's in Skyview territory. He breaks free. 30, 25, 20, 15. Nobody's going to catch him. That was a block in the back.
Yeah, they should have called that.
The referee, they weren't going to get him. The Skyview wouldn't have gotten him, but that was a clear block in the back that the referee wasn't even watching. But a big play on first down from 30. Let's see, they were at the 37, so 63-yard touchdown.
Well, if he wasn't over 100 yards before that run, he's definitely over 100 yards now.
Yeah. The scary thing is Cottle's getting close to 200 yards rushing. 27-14 pending the extra point. That didn't take long.
The scarier thought is we're only halfway through the second quarter. So
kick is on the way, and I think he missed it.
Kick is
no good. It went far to the right and no good, so the extra point is missed. Both teams have missed one. It's 27-14.
Touchdown by number 4.
5:19 in the first half. We'll keep it here. Want to thank our sponsors bringing you this game tonight. It's Cast-A-Light. They're the sponsor of our Rock Hard Tackle of the Game. Hey, all you do-it-yourselfers, did you know Castellite has all the rock, block, brick, and pavers to make your yard look awesome? Check them out online at castellite.com. They bring you this high school football game on The Fan tonight.
See, and this is where Skyview needs to answer back. Right before halftime, too, you want to drive the ball down and get a score to kind of get the groove back for your offense.
So again, 63-yard TD. Cottle got to be near 200 yards, I'm guessing. Skyview's had the spark in the first half. It came on that 95-yard kickoff return by Watterson, and they had the 2-point conversion. But other than that, Skyview's been pretty stagnant. They've used some big play drives where they've taken about 5 or 6 plays in those drives.
Yeah, and Bountiful, it's that stretch play on the outside where their outside receivers are able to get great leverage on the corners and on the linebackers that are covering them. And it really opens up a hole for the running back to run through.
So back to kickoff is Smith. Last time he tried to keep it away from Watterson. This one's a low-line drive again, but this time it goes to Watterson. He's going to let it bounce. He picks it up at the 15, but there's no blocking there. So he's tackled at the 17, maybe the 18, where Skyview will start.
Yeah, and he really had no chance to return that. There was no one in front of him, so he's lucky to fall on that and at least pick up a few yards.
So 5:15, they're going to mark it, well, place it, thank you, at their own 18. With 5:15, Bobcats take over. They trail 27-14, 5:15 here in the first half. So Bountiful will get the ball to start the second half as well as they kicked off to Skyview. So Zollinger 1st and 10 from his own 18, takes a snap. He's going to hand it off. No, he keeps it. Now he throws the lateral back to Hall, and he's cracked right there at the 22-yard line. He probably gained 3 or 4.
Looks like they're going to mark him at 3-yard gain.
So yeah, that was the read option, but the little wrinkle in it was he had Davis Hall back there to just lateral it back to on the rush.
Yeah, and so that's kind of a double read for Zollinger, so he can take it or look to throw it if the defensive end squats.
2nd down and 7. Out of the backfield goes Reed Wild. Empty backfield, pump fake. It's a double move. Zollinger can't find anyone open. Now he goes complete to the 40-yard line. Came clear across the formation. Is that Kimball Jackson?
No, that's 9. That would be, that's...
9 and 8. Couldn't tell there.
Yeah, 9. That's, Jackson Foster.
So
my goodness.
To the 42. So they mark it up at the 42. So a 21-yard pass play there. So Foster, that is a good play that time. So 1st and 10, Bobcats at the 42, their own 42. 4:14 on the clock. Back to pass. Zollinger throws over the middle, airmails it over everybody, incomplete.
I think he was looking for Jackson Foster on that again, but great drop by that Bountiful defense.
Well, it's good that he airmailed it, because if it was on target, then the wide receiver would have been lit up, because there was a defender right there.
he had 2 defenders ready to scout trade to get him if he would have caught that. So.
Yeah, and it was over the middle too, so you know that's what the defensive players are always looking for. Clock stops with 4:10 in the first half. 2nd down, 10 for the Bobcats. Zollinger back to pass again. He's going to pump fake, and it's knocked down from behind. Ball's loose. I think Skyview had it, and there's some pushing and shoving going on, but let's see who ended up with it. I thought Skyview fell on it,
but maybe
not.
Zollinger fell on that one.
I think he did. Number 28 for Bountiful should have gotten a personal foul. He was throwing punches there.
Yeah, he got a little animated there.
So they pull him out of the game. No call. So it's going to be a strip, but Skyview recovered it back at their own 28. 38-yard line, not 28. So then it's a 3rd and long for the Bobcats. Zollinger back to pass. Now he's break down. He's going to have to run with it. He's up to the 45, still going forward to the 50, and he's knocked down shy of the 1st down by 2 yards. He needed 14 yards. He got 12. and they're going to be 2 yards shy. Coach Hal has a decision to make here on 4th and about 2 for the Bobcats. Now they stop the clock. Oh, there's a penalty marker down. Oh, it's a sideline warning, so it won't be any yardage. It's just and another penalty on the Bountiful on the sideline, so this will give the Bobcats a first down. It was a sideline warning, and then another flag came flying out. So the official's not going to take anything there. Now an explanation's being had by the officials. The first call was a sideline warning, and that doesn't justify any penalty yards, and it's just a warning. But then there was something said by another assistant coach, and then the flag came flying out, the referee. So I don't know if this is something after that or what. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I know the Reffing Association here in Utah made it very clear that refs can't put up with any sort of BS this year, So it's quick on the draw there. But yeah, like you said, the first flag is just a warning. Second flag is going to be some yards on that.
So let's see what the call is they're still talking about it. While we have this break, Les Olson Company, no matter where your employees work, at home or in the office, Les Olson is your office technology partner. They bring you high school football here on The Fan and also on CashValleyDaily.com. If you're watching the stream, we hope you are enjoying it. Adams Wealth Advisor brings your video experience. It's powered by Adams Wealth Advisors. So we still are having a conference down there by the officials. They threw out 2 flags. We'll see what this second flag is, but the linesman threw it out. I think that it's got to be another sideline thing or unsportsmanlike. The Bountiful crowd doesn't like it, but I mean, you could see the assistant coach. He said something that he directed that the official did not like.
Yeah, and for Bountiful, you've got to just. If there's something happening, let the head coach talk to the white cap. Don't let your assistants talk, because that's just going to warrant a penalty on Bountiful's side.
Well, they're still talking about it. Let's see if we have any score updates while they still discuss this penalty. They haven't. Bountiful's backed up, so we assume that it is a penalty on Bountiful, but we just haven't had it in a call by the officials. And now they're marking it off.
Third play, sideline interference against Bountiful. It's a 5-yard penalty.
So sideline interference is a 5-yard penalty is what they have.
Okay, so the sideline ref must have ran into
it takes it up to the 45-yard line of Bountiful.
First and 10 Bobcats.
So first and 10 Skyview. So 5 yards on Bountiful. And maybe we can start playing football again. So the official still talking. Now they're starting to go as the assistants are still talking back to the back judge. There's something they didn't like on that last play that Skyview did. So with 3:14, it's first and 10 Skyview from the 45 of Bountiful. Davis Hall in motion across the formation. They're going to hand it off, though. Good run here by Wild, trying to fight for extra yardage as he stood up and taken down right at the 40-yard line. That was actually Truman Moser. I thought it was Wild right at the 40, but a 5-yard gain to the 40 for Truman Moser.
Yeah, Truman's such a squirrely player, too. He's quicker than everyone thinks.
So clock continues to run under 2:45 in the half. 27-14 Bountiful. Skyview is at the 40-yard line of Bountiful. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Wild in the backfield with Zollinger. Zollinger gives it to Wild. No, he's going to keep it himself, and he's going to reverse field up to the 35, the 30, and he's taken down, and here comes a late flag. At the 29 is where the flag lands. He was tackled at the 26. So we'll see what the penalty is. So Zollinger back to the 26-yard line. He would have had the first down, but it looks like it's going to be a hold at the 30. And it is a spot foul, so it will take it back to the 40. So Skyview, it will just take it back to the 40, the line of scrimmage, because it's a spot foul.
Yep, you're right on that.
So that negates the big run for the first down, and it will be second down again and 5 yards.
And like you mentioned, that was a great run by Zollinger, and unfortunately it's wiped out by the penalty.
So they called it on Sundstrom down at the 30. The back judge threw it. So now 2:22 on the clock. First half, 27-14 Bountiful. 2nd and 5 again, same thing. 3 receivers to the left on 2nd and 5 for the Bobcats. Zollinger back to pass. The pocket breaks down. Now he's moving around. He throws. It is incomplete, short of the receiver, and a late flag. It's going to be roughing the passer as Zollinger's down. So it's roughing the passer, and that's number 28 again. He was the player that was already hot earlier for Bountiful that they had to take out once before as he kind of threw a punch on that fumble. At least we thought he did. But so it'll be a first down Skyview on the personal foul there, roughing the passer at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, and as a coach, you love the fiery competitiveness, but you've got to learn how to harness that as well and not commit silly fouls like that.
So 7th play of the drive coming up. It was an easy call for the official there as Zollinger let the ball fly, and then he was cracked. So it will take it down to the 25-yard line, first of Bountiful. 1st and 10 Bobcats with 2:08 on the clock now. 27-14, just outside of the red zone. 4 receivers to the left side. Zollinger passes it out quick, gets some blocks. He's upfield to the first down marker at the 15. So 10 yards on the wide receiver screen. You knew that was coming. We don't see Skyview line up like that without the throw out there.
Yeah, Brant Reese is the offensive coordinator for the Skyview offense, and he is such a creative mind. It's fun to watch him go to work. 1st
and 10 now for the Bobcats at the 15-yard line of Bountiful. 1:45 on the first half clock. 27-14, Bountiful with the lead. Skyview trying to get within this 13-point lead. Zollinger rolls out to the right side. He still has the ball. Now he lets it fly. Incomplete over the wide receiver. He would have been out of bounds anyways. I think it was Hall out there.
I think that was 9, actually.
9, so Rigby? Isn't that Rigby?
Rigby, Jackson Foster is
9. Foster's 9, yeah. Rigby's 6. So 2nd down and 10 with 1:31 on the clock. So Zollinger took that on the left hash, and he just kept rolling out to the right side and let it go at the very last minute there.
Very last minute. He sidestepped that pressure, too, to avoid the sack. So great read by him.
9th play of the drive that started at their own 18-yard line with 5:15 on the clock for Skyview. Now he brings a man in motion. Zollinger back to pass. They set up the screen. It's knocked down, I think. Incomplete. Bountiful wasn't fooled at all as they were all over that running back on the the screen.
Yeah, that was 76, I think that was on the, no, 75, sorry, Isaac Vaivaka. Looks like it wasn't fooled by that screen at all.
10th play of the drive on 3rd and 10 from the 15-yard line, 1:26 on the clock. Bountiful still leads by 13, 27-14, Skyview. Don't know if it's 4-down territory, but it could be. We'll see. Zollinger on 3rd and 10. Got a man in his face, throws it out to Moser, who's chopped down after about 5 or 6 yards. Moser came out of the backfield, got the little swing pass, but he's going to be shy of the first down.
And I would think, yeah, looks like they're going to keep their offense out there.
So a 6-yard pass play. They went for it before on 4th down. And now a timeout called by Bountiful with 1:20 on the clock. We'll take a 30-second break and be back right after this.
Jessup Insurance and Retirement Services. Let us guide you.
Do you have retirement questions about financial planning and investing, Medicare, estate planning, or complex tax strategies? Jessup Insurance can answer those questions. Let Jessup Insurance guide you into a better retirement. Call Jessup Insurance 435-213-3200 or Google Jessup Insurance.
Jessup Insurance and Retirement Services. Let us guide you.
Football.
Welcome back to Bountiful High School, Larry Wall Stadium. Legendary coach here at Bountiful High School. Skyview coming up with a 4th and 4 from the 10-yard line, or just inside the 10. 4th and 4 for the Bobcats at the Bountiful 9-yard line. So 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Running back in the backfield with Zollinger on 4th and 4. Takes the snap. Zollinger throws it up there.
Zollinger's pass is
Incomplete. Great coverage out there. Skyview, the one-on-one coverage. They went out there, and I believe it was Sundstrom out there. He just couldn't haul it in the back of the end zone, so they turn it over for the second time on downs.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a simple fade route to the corner end zone for Sundstrom, and you know, for Zollinger, you just got to try to keep him in bounds as well as you can.
So Bountiful takes over at their own 9. Skyview had a great drive there that chewed up a lot of clock, but they'll turn it over on downs the second time tonight. And with 1:14 and 2 timeouts, Bountiful's got the ball, and as quick as Cottle is, he's got plenty of time on the clock to score again. Skyview's defense needs to stop here. 1st and 10 for Bountiful. Gelman in shotgun takes it. He's going to hand it off. And that's not Cottle that time. That's
would have been their other running back.
Yeah, Bowles.
Bowles, yep, you're right.
Yeah, so he gets up from the 9. It's on that far side of the field, so it's hard to see. I believe he's at the 12. We'll give him 3 yards there on 1st down.
Great job by Skyview's defensive line for flying to the ball.
2nd and 7, under a minute to go. Down to 48 seconds in the first half. 27-14, Bountiful leads, and they get the ball to start the second half. 2nd and 7, Gelman takes it, hands it off again, and I think it's Cottle this time, breaks a tackle. He's got the edge. He's on his way, breaks another tackle. He's up forward, up to the 32-yard line. A 20-yard rush. He's got to be near 200 yards of rushing in this first half.
No, he's definitely flirting with that number.
They mark him at the 33. 23 seconds. Clock continues to run. They do have 2 timeouts, not electing to use one. Gelman takes the snap on 1st and 10. He's back to pass. Looking, he throws. He's got a man out there. No! At the last second, knocked away. That was Watterson. He was burnt. The receiver had a step or 2 on him, Kyle, but his speed was able to catch up and knock it down.
Yeah, Watterson just has that natural athletic ability, that baseball speed, I guess you can call it.
Yeah.
Able to catch up and make up for that lost ground.
So clock is stopped with 4 seconds. I'm a little surprised Bountiful didn't use one of their 2 timeouts there when they got the first down.
Yeah, I was a little surprised by that as well.
Oh, 9 seconds. I cannot see. So shotgun for Gelman with 9 seconds. He is going to hand it off. He's got the corner, 30-45, knocked out of bounds.
That was Sundstrom on the stop there.
Yep, 47-yard line.
Now it's 4 seconds.
Yeah, so 14. I just was looking ahead, apparently. 14-yard rush there. So he got bumped out of bounds. Clock stops with 4 seconds at the 47-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Redhawks. So with 4 seconds, you could hand it off, but with Cottle's speed, but it looks like they're not going to. Cottle's on the wide, lined up as a wide receiver. Takes the snap, Gelman does. He's going to throw. It is high, and it's picked off by Skyview.
That's Davis?
That's Davis Hall. He's returned it to the midfield. Time has expired, but he's knocked down as he got into Red Hawk territory, but it was picked off by Davis Hall. But that's going to do it for the first half. Davis Hall ends the half with an interception, so a little bit of a positive there to end the half, Kyle. But Skyview, the story is they could not stop the rush there in the first half, and that's why they trailed 27-14.
Yeah, that's a great point you make there. The rushing attack for this Bountiful offense is very potent. I think if we're looking at some stats here, rushing-wise, Corbin Cottle on the year has 100 carries for 929 yards and 13 touchdowns, 3 of them which are over 100 yards. 3 games are over 100 yards plus.
Yeah, well, and he's well over that. I don't know how many 200-yard plus games he's had, but he's definitely got one tonight, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, in the first half, unofficially, he ripped off 2 touchdown runs. One was 63 yards. Let me see if I can find that other one. Seemed like I have one for 70 yards, so a 70 and a 63, and he had some other rushes in there, so he's definitely got to be near well, over 200 or near 200, but that's going to end the half. We're going to step aside, and we'll come back with the drive summary and some other notes and scores from around Region 11. That's all coming up next. It's 27 for Bountiful, 14 for Skyview. We'll take a break and be back right after this.
Box Elder County McDonald's are proud to support local high school athletics and wish all the local teams the best of luck this season. Your local McDonald's is hiring. Work for McDonald's and let McDonald's work for you. Enjoy flexible hours, tuition reimbursement for continuing education, plus meals and other perks. Management positions are available. Apply at careers.mcdonalds.com today.
That's careers.mcdonalds.com.
Or apply in person. McDonald's and its franchisees are equal opportunity employers committed to a diverse and inclusive workforce.
Thank you for voting Adams Wealth Advisors the gold winner for Best Financial Planner in the Best of Northern Utah competition. Understanding your family, jobs, and goals is how Adams Wealth Advisors will continue to earn your trust.
This is Craig Adams. At Adams Wealth Advisors, we are here to help you receive peace of mind whether you've done a lot of planning or a little planning. Count on our team at Adams Wealth Advisors for honesty, professionalism, and integrity.
Visit adamswealthadvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today. Please see adamswealthadvisors.com for more information on these recent awards.
If you're in the market for exterior building supplies, you should always go with a company you trust. Coldwater Stone in Tremonton, a division of Castellite in Logan, is a company you can trust. Coldwater Stone specializes in cutting and shaping beautiful natural stone into thin veneers that can be used on wall surfaces, walkways, and more. Coldwater Stone in Tremonton has quickly become the industry leader for natural stone products. Stop into the Tremonton facility or see samples at Castellite in Logan. More information at www.coldwaterstone.com.
Coldwater Stone, a natural choice for all your stone needs.
This is the season to stock up on oil and filters. It's the Fall Napa Gold Filter Sale at all 5 Cache Valley Napa Auto Parts stores. Napa Synthetic Blend Oil, $1.99 a quart. Seafoam Fuel Additive, $5.99 a can. Napa 15W40, $9.99 a gallon. Chevron Delo 15W40, $11.99 a gallon. These specials and a whole lot more during the Napa Gold Filter Sale now through September 15th at your 5 locally owned Preston to Providence Napa Auto Parts stores.
Napa know-how. Napa know-how.
This is Judd with ARS Flood and Fire Cleanup. It's late at night, the weekend, or a holiday. You've just discovered your basement is flooded. Where are you going to find help right now? At ARS, we can take your call 24 hours a day, and when these disasters happen, we can have a flood team to your home within 30 minutes. We are also the insurance claim experts. When disaster overwhelms you, let ARS restore your peace of mind. Call 753-9600 or go to our website at arscleanup.com.
At Cache Valley Auto Care, you'll find all the expertise you need to take care of your car. From advanced diagnostics and major repairs to oil changes, tires, brakes, and maintenance. You can count on Cache Valley Auto Care to tell you what needs fixing now and what stuff can wait. So whether your check engine light just went on or it's time for an oil change, now is the time to head over to Cache Valley Auto Care. Because when your car isn't working right, you just need someone who can help make your life a little easier. Cache Valley Auto Care, behind Home Depot on 200 East, 1175 North.
It's back to school time. You're getting the clothes and the supplies, but don't forget the haircut. The students at New Horizons Beauty College are trained in all the latest trends and techniques. Plus, New Horizons has great prices on the products to help you maintain that new look, like Redken, Matrix, Biolage, and Bricado. All services performed by students and closely supervised by licensed instructors. Oh, hey, they're also enrolling for fall classes right now. Create your own individuality at New Horizons Beauty College in Logan.
Sack lunch, picnic lunch, business lunch. There's nothing better or more satisfying than the lunch special at Old Grist Mill. It's lunch the way Mother Nature intended. All natural bread, the perfect amount of meat, veggies to your liking. And then it only gets better with your choice of a fresh-baked cookie, chips, and drink. You know what we're talking about, that famous Old Grist Mill lunch special. Get your made-to-order special at the South Logan, and now Smithville locations. Old Grist Mill, here for you.
The Karen Nielsen Guild Mortgage Team will help you find the loan to fit your life. Guild Mortgage offers hundreds of loan products for a wide variety of borrowers, including first-time home buyers, military families, and rural residents. Guild Mortgage also offers many state, county, and city housing programs that provide down payment assistance. At Guild, they work hard to deliver what matters most to you with a loan that fits your life. Call 435-294-2480 or Google Karen at Guild Mortgage, NMLS 3274 and 80226, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Bountiful High School. It's halftime here. It's senior night here for the Red Hawks. It's 27-14, Red Hawks leading Skyview. John Newbold and Kyle Heiner is on the call tonight. Our camera feed is provided by Hannah Belknap, doing a great job for us. Again, the Skyview Bobcats and the Bountiful Red Hawks, they've met 9 other times. Bountiful leads the series 7-2. The first ever meeting between these two schools was September 10th of 1965. Bountiful won 12-6 in that game. So while we're at halftime, we've got some score updates. These score updates brought to you by Guild Mortgage. Guild Mortgage will help you find the loan to fit your life. Select from hundreds of loan products tailored to your situation. Google Karen at Guild Mortgage or call 435-294-2480 to find out more information. Guild Mortgage brings you these scores 9-0. Maple Mountain is leading Mountain Crest at the half. That game is at Maple Mountain. And the only other game from Region 11 happening, Ridgeline is leading Box Elder at the half, or near the half, 36-15. Ridgeline leads Box Elder. Again, Logan and Green Canyon and Bear River did not have games tonight in fall break. Bear River had one scheduled with Layton, but that game was canceled. I'm not sure exactly why it was, but they didn't end up playing that tonight. So again, the final RPI rankings come out Saturday at 9 a.m. And the final RPI rankings determine what seed the teams will be. If you're one of the top 3 seeds, you will get a bye. And right now, Skyview is sitting at 6 coming into this game tonight. And, no, excuse me, they were actually 5. And number 4 was Dixie, number 3 Green Canyon, Desert Hills number 2, and number 1 was Ridgeline. So we'll see. Skyview was hoping that they could sneak up into that number 3 seed and get a bye. If they don't, the high seeds in the first round will host the game, and right now the 5 seed, let's see if I can see here, the 5 seed, if Skyview were to stay there at 5, they would host a game against the number 12 seed, which I think, if I remember looking up before, it was Hurricane, but that would be the first round, and that game would be played at Skyview next Friday, but we won't know for sure until Saturday with the final RPI rankings. So
Olivia's mother, Jody.
Okay, and at the half here, 27-14, Bountiful with the lead over Skyview. Kyle added up some stats as quick as he could, and Kyle, did you end up with those?
Yeah, I did. So at the half, Skyview has 138 yards passing and 1 touchdown. That was to Michael Ferguson on that 13-yard touchdown pass, and then 41 yards rushing. So by the Skyview offense. So a little, I guess you could say a little less than Bountiful, but or a lot less. But yeah, I know the passing game. I know with coaching with these guys for a couple years, Brant Reese, the offensive coordinator, loves throwing the ball, especially when you have a tall quarterback like Zollinger who can bowl up those passes in there.
So again, what was the total yards that you had?
So I had 138 yards passing and 41 yards rushing. So you're looking at 179 total.
So for the Bobcats, we talked about how the rushing game had been so good the last 3 or 4 games where they've averaged almost 5 yards a carry, but tonight they're kind of doing what the defense has given them, and they must have seen something on film, Kyle, because I feel like, and it's shown out in the game, Skyview can really pass the ball all over. When Zollinger has had time, they've been able to complete a lot of passes tonight.
Yeah, and you know, looking at Bountiful's film, you see them do a lot of 5-man front or having a 4-man front and then bringing that linebacker on the blitz, and so it's hard for offensive linemen when you're matched up 5-on-5 like that. It frees up their linebackers to come in once they read that run and make the play. So it hasn't been the run game hasn't been totally effective for Skyview tonight, and so it's an adjustment that Coach Howell and his staff will have to make during the halftime break.
Well, and they have been able to move the ball. They've been stopped on 4th down a couple of times, but the biggest problem I think for the Bobcats is their defense, because they cannot stop the run, and like you've mentioned many times, it's that edge run where they stretch it out that Bountiful does with Cottle. He shows his speed, and he's got an extra gear, and he's just had some big explosive plays that have led to touchdowns, his touchdown runs.
Yeah, I know exactly. Cottle he has, again, that second gear speed that everyone talks about, and he's been effective tonight with two long touchdown runs and able to run on will against the Skyview defense.
Yeah, and if you followed Skyview football over the years, if you remember when Timpview had Britton Covey, that's kind of what he looks like. That's kind of his size and his speed. And just like Britton Covey, the thing that made him so good is when he changed his direction, he didn't lose any speed when he changed direction. That's exactly what I see out of Cottle tonight. He can get to the edge with that speed, but when he goes upfield, he doesn't lose a gear when he gets upfield, and that's been huge tonight, and Skyview can't stop it.
Yeah, no, exactly. And if you're watching, you can see the outside receivers. They're sealing that the corners and the linebackers and giving that open lane for Cottle and to run through and I forget his name. The
Bowles was the other running back. Yeah,
Bowles were to run through, and so like we mentioned, Bountiful is a pretty heavy run team. You don't see them throw the ball a lot, but I mean, if the run game's working for you, why shy away from that?
Well, during the break, also we want to thank our Twitter people following me on Twitter. I'm at Hurricane John _John, but Phantom, he let me know that the Bountiful quarterback is Geilman, not Galeman, like I was saying, so we appreciate him listening to us on our stream. And like Kyle mentioned, your video experience on CashValleyDaily.com is brought to you by Adams Wealth Advisors. They power the stream on CashValleyDaily.com. Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com to schedule a time with an advisor today. And of course, you can always go to CashValleyDaily.com and go back and look and watch these games again. They're there, not just Skyview's games, but all the high school games, and we appreciate them sponsoring that. So Skyview's back on the field as we're getting closer to the second half. We're going to step aside and get ready for the second half. Thanks for listening to us on The Fan or on CashValleyDaily.com. It's 27-14. Redhawks lead the Bobcats. We'll be back right after this.
When it's important to make an impression, call on the Logo Shop. They specialize in designing and customizing your logo onto t-shirts, golf shirts, jackets, and hats. Your logo will look great on name brand apparel from Nike, Travis Mathew, OGO, North Face, Under Armour, and Carhartt. The Logo Shop can put your logo on literally thousands of items: pens, water bottles, mugs, travel accessories, outdoor gear like Yeti coolers. Call on the Logo Shop and check out the possibilities.
The Logo Shop, logo stuff, the Logo Shop.
Your business has weathered the storms of change. Your employees have adapted to work from, well, anywhere. And you deserve an office technology partner that helps make your hybrid office the very best it can be. You deserve the latest laptops and desktops, the very best printers and copiers, the most robust network. You've gotten back to business. Now get back to greatness with Les Olson Company. Find out more at lesolson.com.
Les Olsen Company.
Jessup Insurance and Retirement Services. Let us guide you.
Do you have retirement questions about financial planning and investing, Medicare, estate planning, or complex tax strategies? Jessup Insurance can answer those questions. Let Jessup Insurance guide you into a better retirement. Call Jessup Insurance 435-213-3200 or Google Jessup Insurance.
Jessup Insurance and Retirement Services. Let us guide you.
Your Cache and Box Elder County McDonald's are proud to support local high school athletics and wish all the local teams the best of luck this season. Your local McDonald's is hiring. Work for McDonald's and let McDonald's work for you. Enjoy flexible hours, tuition reimbursement for continuing education, plus meals and other perks. Management positions are available. Apply at careers.mcdonalds.com today.
That's careers.mcdonalds.com.
Or apply in person. McDonald's and its franchisees are equal opportunity employers committed to a diverse and inclusive workforce.
Welcome back to Bountiful High School. John Newbold, Kyle Heiner tonight. 27-14, Bountiful leads. We're at halftime, both teams warming up on the field. And Kyle, what adjustments can Skyview make to get themselves back in this game?
Yeah, I'll start with the defense first. I mean, it's pretty obvious you need to stop their run game. They are running all over this Skyview defense, and so that has to be their first and foremost thought. And not only stopping him, but stopping him at the line of scrimmage or letting him only get a couple yards, because granted he's going to get 5-6 yards on you, so bottling that up and lessening the yards per carry is definitely a place to start on defense. For offense, I would say probably a couple things. First, that quick game that Skyview came out with in the first drive was really effective, and they drove down the field and scored. So I think coming back to the quick game, maybe throwing in a few runs up the middle where they're probably the strongest with their two guards, Izzy Torres and Dax DeHeck, running it up the middle and letting them create holes would probably be my guess there, and establishing that run game for Skyview.
All right, so let's see if Skyview can do that as we get ready for the second half. Logo Shop, they're the sponsor of our uniform check, and Skyview, they're in their white road jerseys with blue numerals and those black matte helmets with the blue Bobcat on those side and the really slick jerseys. And Bountiful is in their red jerseys with silver pants and the silver helmets and the white numerals. Bountiful, they've always had one of my favorite, the tradition. They've kept their same pretty much jerseys the whole time I've followed high school football, and I really like them. It's a nice, clean jersey. I really enjoy their jerseys. But that's your Logo Shop uniform check. Logo Shop, since 1990, they've been your source for customized logoed items for business, teams, and booster clubs. Get all your Aggie gear. There are 2 locations, down on South Main and up on North Main as well. So Skyview will be kicking off. Kicking left to right, kicking to the south will be Erickson. And 2 returners back for Bountiful. Erickson usually puts it into the end zone, and there's absolutely no wind, so I'm expecting it to be 7 yards deep.
I can count on one hand the amount of times that Erickson has had a kick returned on him.
And that one goes into the end zone. It's such a huge weapon to do that. It's like I swear, when I looked at it, old coach Mike Favero at Logan, when I was doing Logan games, he had a percentage anytime that you could kick it off into the end zone. It was like a 90% chance that your defense would get off the field. It's something like that, and it changes. There was some analytics to it, but I don't remember it exactly, but it was like 90%. So 1st and 10, Bountiful, they have the lead 27-14. They send Cottle out of the backfield. Bowles is still back there with Geilman. They hand it off to Bowles' right side, and he's going to get positive yards, but he's knocked down. And that's not been the problem against the run defensively for Skyview. It's when they get that edge stretch play that you talked about.
Yep, that stretch play, or even if they do seal up that hole really quick, Cottle has that speed, and Bowles also to bounce that run outside and gain a few more extra yards or a lot of yards.
Well, and they get such a good push up front. They're big up front on the offensive and defensive line. 4 yards on first down, 2nd down and 6. Low snap. Gileman gets it, hands it off to Cottle. He bursts free. He's up the side. Knocked down, but he's got a first down up across the 35 to the 37-yard line, 11-yard gain, and there's a Skyview Bobcat that is down and hurt right now.
Looks like that's Kimball Jackson.
Well, that's not what you want to see if you're a Skyview fan heading into the playoffs. He's limping off on his own power, which is, I guess, good to see if you're a Skyview fan, but you don't want to see him get hurt right before the playoffs. He's such an impact player offensively and defensively.
Yeah, like you mentioned, he's the heart and soul of that defense and really leads them each and every week.
So 1st and 10 from the 37. Bountiful hands it off to Cottle up the middle. Skyview's right there. And again, anytime they go up the middle, they get a positive yard or two, but it's nothing big that gashes the Bobcats.
Yeah, it's that outside run, and I'm sure Coach Howell and his staff talked to their defensive line about sealing that edge and making sure he doesn't get outside the linebacker or the defensive end.
So the ball is placed at their own 40-yard line, 2nd down and 8 for the Red Hawks. 2 backs there by Gileman. Takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Bowles. No, he's going to keep it himself, and he goes around the edge to the 45, 50, and he's knocked down but dove forward for the first down. Gileman gets the first down in Skyview territory to the 48.
Yeah, and credit Cole Watterson for the stop there.
So a 12-yard rush for the first. 5th play of the drive coming up here, 1st and 10. At the Skyview 48, clock down to 10 minutes here in the 3rd quarter. Gileman fakes the handoff. Now he rolls out to the right side. He throws. It is incomplete. I think Watterson may have dove and got a hand on that.
Yeah, I think you're right. Cole Watterson, great coverage there.
So the clock stops. They'll bring up a 2nd and 10. With the success that they've had running the ball, Bountiful, then you had to assume that a play-action pass was going to be happening pretty soon, and it did right there.
Yep, exactly.
So Skyview, they've struggled getting teams off the field. Got another score update of interest coming up after this play. 2nd down and 10. 2 running backs in the backfield for Gileman. Takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Bowles on the right side. Skyview grabs him and takes him down. Got a 2-yard gain there. And this score update brought to you by McDonald's, who is the sponsor of our player of the game. As an update, Hurricane and Dixie are playing. The reason this is interesting is because Dixie's just ahead of Skyview in the rankings. Dixie's up 50-6 over Hurricane. Not a surprise there, though. 3rd down and 8.
3rd down and 8.
For Bountiful. Bowles in the backfield, 2 receivers to each side now. Bowles goes to the left side for Gileman. The quarterback takes a slow snap. He's back to pass. Blitz is on. Now he throws, and it's incomplete. It was a comeback route, but he had to let that fly a little bit sooner than he wanted to.
Yeah, there's great pressure on that defensive front, which is what Skyview needs to do, is just pierce that front offensive line, because like you mentioned earlier, they are big up front.
Yeah, we knew that coming into the game, and so it looks like there could be the first punt of the game for Bountiful, as Skyview got him off the field on 3rd down. That's something Coach Howell always preaches in our pregame talk with him. So the line of scrimmage is the Skyview 48. Davis Hall back to return, I believe, on his own 10.
Yep.
The punter standing at his own 40. Snap is back. Gets the punt off. It's a high one. Hall under it. No, he's going to let it bounce at the 10, and it takes a Skyview bounce. It goes into the end zone for a touchback, I believe. Let's see. There's no indication yet. It was a touchback, right?
Yeah. The ref signaled a touchback.
I think that the Bountiful player...
No, they're marking it at the 1.
Oh, he caught it at the 1. Okay, so they're going to mark it at the 1. What a perfect punt then. And great coverage to down it at the 1. Davis Hall did the right thing, though. It was over his head. He was standing at the 10. He called for a fair catch and let it bounce. So just great coverage by Bountiful.
And I know with Coach Travis Van Leeuwen coaching the return team and the receivers, he tries to preach to his guys to make the smart play, but yeah, great read by Davis Hall to at least let it go over his head and not risk the muffed punt.
Well, now you're in the shadow of your goal line here at the 1 yard line, 1st and 10. There are not many options you can go with, but shotgun formation on 1st down. Zollinger hands it off, gets out of the end zone, still plowing forward, gets across the 5, I believe, on that east side of the field, so it's hard for us to tell. Was that Moser?
That was Moser,
okay.
Yeah. And Moser is a big kid, strong kid.
Yeah, the Skyview really struggled at the start of the season with their rushing game, but as soon as Moser came back from injury, you can see how much better they've gotten because him and Wild, those 2 running backs, have 1-2 punch there. So 2nd and 4 after the 6-yard gain. Ball is at the 7-yard line. Handoff on the left side, and he's stacked up. Maybe a yard, but I don't think so.
I think they might mark him at the line of scrimmage there.
Yeah, no, they even moved him a yard back. So great push by the D-line as Skyview couldn't get anything going there. Shadow of their end zone behind them. 3rd and 5. Ball is placed at their own 6. Under 8 minutes here in the 3rd quarter. 27-14 Bountiful. Bountiful had a punt on their first possession. Skyview's first possession of the 2nd half now. Tight formation. Zollinger back to pass. Throws complete for the 1st down, and that's Kimball Jackson as he upends up near the 20-yard line as he leaped over a defender.
Yeah, he is not afraid to lower his helmet or shoulder pads or jump over a guy. He will do whatever he needs to get positive yards.
Yeah, the pocket was breaking down, and Zollinger was in his own end zone. A little scary for Skyview, but he got the pass off to Jackson and got the 1st down for 14 yards.
Yeah, great throw.
1st and 10s, Bobcats at the 20. They keep this drive alive. Started at their own 1. Clock down to 7:40. Zollinger back to pass on 1st and 10. Now he rolls out, spins around. He's still back there, still looking, and that's on Zollinger. He's got to get rid of that football. He takes the sack, and it's a huge loss. You hate to knock him, but after he got away from the initial pressure, he's got to throw that ball away or do something with it, make a better decision. You can't take a sack. I mean, this is a 10-yard sack back to the 10.
I think he's got kind of, no, I wouldn't say ghosts in his ears, but the last couple times he's thrown it away, the refs have called for intentional grounding because in high school it doesn't matter if he's outside the pocket. It's still intentional grounding if he throws it away.
Back at the 9, so it's 2nd and 21. He pump fakes. Now he's going to try to get rid of it. The pocket breaks down, and there's flags. It's probably holding. He's sacked again.
I would imagine holding on this.
Play by Hunter Nielsen. Also on the play number 52, Jordan Walton.
Well, that time, I wonder if they'll decline this penalty because they sacked him again. This time, yeah, they're saying to decline it. He looked to throw to the outside, and then he was supposed to come over the middle, but there wasn't anything there, and so then he couldn't get rid of it, and he took a sack again.
Yeah, I would call that a...
On the office, number 61.
That's a coverage sack.
Coverage sack, yeah, exactly. Yeah, thanks for finishing my thought there. That's a coverage sack there, and Zolly, I mean, trying to make it through his reads, but you have 3-4 seconds max in that kind of pocket with that kind of pressure by the defensive line.
So 2 yards back on that sack. So back-to-back sacks knocked the Bobcats back 2 yards. They're back at their own 7 now. Should be 3rd and 23 as the penalty was declined. 6:30 on the clock, 27-14 on 3rd and long for the Bobcats. Zollinger back in the end zone. He's back to pass. He lets it fly. It's clear over the head of the receiver, Sundstrom. Great coverage out there anyways. So the Bobcats, after they got the 1st down with Kimball Jackson, they went sack, and then incomplete pass.
Yeah, and that's going to kill any offense when you're behind the chains that far. Defense knows you got 20 yards to cover. They're just going to sit back at the chains and make sure you don't get that 1st down.
So back to punt, I believe, is Sundstrom standing on the back of his end zone there. receivers at the 40. Snap is back. Sundstrom has it. He punts it away. It's a good punt. Bounces, takes a Skyview bounce, rolls up to the 45 of Bountiful, and that's where they'll take over after that punt. Sundstrom got it away, though.
Yeah, and it's interesting that that coach Jake Howell, the special teams coordinator for this offense, he goes with a two punter system, as you guys may have noticed throughout the season, and the reason for that, I mean, Sundstrom has the stronger leg, but Davis Hall is more accurate with his kick. So, you know, when they're backed up like that, you'll notice that Sundstrom always usually the one to take those stronger punts.
So both teams have to punt. Bountiful has good field position at the 45 of Skyview. Run to the outside and knocked down for about 5 yards up to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, and the quarterback, he about lost that snap when it came back at him, but he pitched it up to number 1, Tegan, was it Dower?
Yeah.
Dower, and got a good positive 5 yards out of that.
So 2nd and 5 for the Red Hawks.
2nd down and 5.
5:38.
The Bobcats 40.
On the third quarter clock, 27-14 Bountiful. Low snap. Geilman has it, but Skyview, he handed it off to Cottle, and in the backfield, I didn't see.
That was Truman Moser on that.
So the linebacker shot through Moser, and it will be a loss of 4 yards. So it will bring up a 3rd and 9. What a play by Moser.
Yeah, great call by Coach Howell to bring the blitz, and they managed to get negative yards.
So they actually say he was down a yard before, so a 3-yard loss would be 3rd and 8 from the 43. Can Skyview get him off the field? Geilman has it. He's going to run it. He's up the field on the quarterback draw. He's got the first down. Gets it across the 35 to about the 33-yard line.
And that was a great call by Bountiful. They hurried and brought the call in before the defensive line was set and caught Skyview's defense on their heels.
Yeah, Green Canyon did that a lot last week as well.
Yep.
So 10 yards for the first. And they hurry up again on 1st and 10. Now they slow it down. They lined up quick, and then the Geilman looked to the sideline. 2 running backs in the backfield with him, each on his left and right hip. He's going to take it. He's going to hand it off to Cottle. Cottle on the left side. Bursts forward from the 33. He's got at least 5 yards. That's the thing. Like, even though it seems like Skyview or the defense has bottled him up, they get such a good offensive line push that he's already 4 yards down the field.
Yep, and it starts up with the offensive line, like you said, and Cottle just has to follow his blockers, and he's able to average those, I mean, more than 5 yards tonight, but he's able to get the 5 yards for each play.
Yeah, Cottle's got to be close to 300 on the night, rushing alone. 2nd down and short, hand off to Cottle. Skyview has him wrapped up, but it's going to be a face mask. But no gain there, but it's going to be a face mask. Personal foul on Skyview, I believe, will be the call. So no gain on the run, but I think it's going to be 15 yards on Skyview that will give him the first down.
Yeah, and they had him bottled up, and Cottle was actually leaning against his own offensive lineman trying to get the first down. But, I mean, that was the only way they could try to bring him down was by his face mask.
So it looked like that was the call, but they haven't. I mean, it seems like it was pretty cut and dry. I mean, I don't know what else it could be. But they're taking a while discussing it. Now the official comes to tell us.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense, number 61. Penalty will be half.
So no surprise, there's a 15-yard penalty on Skyview. We saw it from here. They saw it too. It just took them a while to discuss it.
Yeah, they like having their meetings and making sure they get it right every time.
Well, I mean, it's good to get it right, but another first down. 3:38, 1st and 10, Red Hawks. Ball is at the 12 of Skyview. Geilman takes it. He's going to run with it on the right side. Now goes upfield, and he's knocked down. And another Skyview defender is down.
That was Connor Dean on the stop, and looks like.
Well, they helped him up. I think he's holding his arm, but he's okay, I guess.
That was Dax DeHeck. That was down for a minute, but he's up.
Well, you don't want to lose anybody before the playoffs. You're already down Blake Bishop, and we hope to see him back next week in the playoffs, but you don't want to lose DeHeck as well as he plays both ways.
And Carson Dunkley's also out tonight on defense. So they have Cam Carling out taking
second down. They hand off to Cottle. He's got the edge. Touchdown. His third touchdown of the night. That one 9 yards out.
Touchdown, Red Hawks.
Yeah, and that defensive line, linebackers, they squatted once again, but he just bounced it outside, and he's got that second gear speed that we keep saying over and over and over. He is just a dangerous player, and he's made himself known tonight.
Yeah, making it look easy. 33-14, the lead is extended. And they set up for the extra point. So with 2:47 in the third quarter, that lead is 33-14 pending the extra point. Hold is good, kick is up, and it is good. So we'll take a break. It's 34 for Bountiful, 14 for the Bobcats.
For voting Adams Wealth Advisors the gold winner for Best Financial Planner in the Best of Northern Utah competition. Understanding your family, jobs, and goals is how Adams Wealth Advisors will continue to earn your trust.
This is Craig Adams. At Adams Wealth Advisors, we are here to help you receive peace of mind whether you've done a lot of planning or a little planning. Count on our team at Adams Wealth Advisors for honesty, professionalism, and integrity.
Visit adamswealthadvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today. Please see adamswealthadvisors.com for more information on these recent awards.
Welcome back to Bountiful High School, Larry Wall Stadium, 34-14. Bountiful starting to run away with it. John Newbold, Kyle Heiner with you. And Bountiful about to kick off. Rex Davis has the night off, as he is busy cleaning up tree limbs around the valley, so we thank him for that. Had a long day yesterday.
Yeah, winter came early for Cache Valley.
Yep. And the kick is away. It's a low line drive that's going to continue to bounce to Watterson. He's going to let it roll out of bounds. Watterson had to wait till the last second. It didn't look, it almost looked like it was going to stay in at the 10-yard line, and then one revolution is all it took to get out.
Yeah, and you know that the coaching staff is holding their breath on the other side. We're wondering if it was going to go out of bounds. And the ball's going to stop faster on this grass field compared to the turf.
Yeah, that's true. Like, yeah, if that was in Smithfield, that ball's rolling out of bounds easily.
That ball would have been out of bounds and out of town. So smart play, though, by Watterson, realizing the situation and getting his offense in a positive aspect there.
So Skyview from their own 35, just trying to get something positive right now. I mean, the game 34-14, they're down 20. They just need something positive to feel good about themselves. First down play, they get wrapped up on a wide receiver screen, I believe, to Davis Hall.
Yep, Davis Hall made the catch and looks like they're going to mark him 2 yards. 2-yard gain.
Picked up 2, second down, and 8.
Bryton Williams checking in, Kimball Davis tagging out.
So a couple of scores we'll get to as soon as this play is done. Second down and 8 after the 2-yard play for the Bobcats at their own 37. Zollinger rolls out to the left side. He throws complete for the first down and upfield near the mid-line stripe there at the 50. We'll see where they mark it at the 49. So about a 12-yard pass play for the first down.
Yeah, and Davis just ran that simple, what they call a 4x4 route, where he just kind of 4 yards and sits 4 yards.
So Skyview gets the first down. Score update: Ridgeline leads Box Elder 50-15 in Millville, and in Maple Mountain it's 30-7 Maple Mountain over Mountain Crest. They run the reverse. Bountiful not fooled, and Watterson can't get around the edge. They ran the reverse. That's the first time probably that I remember seeing it all season, and it goes back for a loss. But I can see the play call and why they would do it. Bountiful, they're really quick, and they but they just weren't fooled that time.
Yeah, no, they read that. Their linebackers kept their eyes honest and just stayed with their guy. You had the Bountiful crowd upset because they were calling Zollinger for holding, but every play's a holding if you're in the crowd.
Yeah, even as a broadcaster. So 2nd down and 13. Zollinger back to pass. The pocket breaks down. He still got it. Now he lets it fly. It's knocked down, incomplete. And 3rd down.
Zollinger's down. He's a little shooken up.
Yeah, that's one of those things in the NFL. That would have been a flag. They hit him up high, but incomplete there as he knocked down the ball. So we'll bring up 3rd and 13.
Nice pressure by number 13, Jacob Brooks. Number 62, Anisi Purcell. 3rd down and 13.
So 3rd and 13 with 47 seconds here in the 3rd quarter.
I was going to say, Michael Ferguson checking in. He had that touchdown earlier.
Oh, that's right. So 47 seconds, 3rd and 13, Skyview from their own 45-yard line. Zollinger back to pass. Pocket breaks down. He still got it. He eats it that time.
Yeah, and again, that's hard to set a pocket when the pocket breaks down that quick. With Blake Bishop out, they have Connor Dean at the right tackle spot, and that defense end just took him upfield and then chopped him back and was able to put pressure on Zollinger.
I believe that's the 4th sack by Bountiful tonight. So Skyview 4th and 25 as they're punting again. This time it's Sundstrom back there to punt. He's standing at his own 20. Gets the snap. Punt is away. It's a good boot. Bounces at the 30, and they filled it. Skyview's down there, but can't make the tackle. He breaks 3 tackles up the sideline. He's still on his feet. Wow. Duger caught it from his 24. Skyview could not wrap up. They were there in coverage, Kyle, but they just missed the tackles.
Yeah, I think everyone was surprised that he fielded that, especially with so much pressure in his face, but he took it and got great yards on that return.
So end of the 3rd quarter, 34-14, Bountiful leads. We'll be back after this break.
The market for exterior building supplies, you should always go with a company you trust. Coldwater Stone in Tremonton, a division of Castellite in Logan, is a company you can trust. Coldwater Stone specializes in cutting and shaping beautiful natural stone into thin veneers that can be used on wall surfaces, walkways, and more. Coldwater Stone in Tremonton has quickly become the industry leader for natural stone products. Stop into the Tremonton facility or see samples at Castellite in Logan. More information at www.coldwaterstone.com.
Coldwater Stone, a natural choice for all your stone needs.
This is the season to stock up on oil and filters. It's the Fall Napa Gold Filter Sale at all 5 Cache Valley Napa Auto Parts stores. Napa Synthetic Blend Oil, $1.99 a quart. Seafoam Fuel Additive, $5.99 a can. Napa 15W40, $9.99 a gallon. Chevron Dello 15W40, $11.99 a gallon. These specials and a whole lot more during the Napa Gold Filter Sale, now through September 15th at your 5 locally owned Preston to Providence Napa Auto Parts stores.
Napa know-how. Napa know-how.
Start of the 4th quarter. Bountiful has it after the punt. Great punt return. 1st and 10 for Bountiful at their own 43. They lead 34-14 over the Bobcats. Geilman takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Cottle left side. Cottle couldn't get the edge as he's knocked down after a positive gain, though.
Yeah, that was Tate Thurston getting off his block and making that great play.
Again, like we've mentioned a few times, even though Skyview has it covered, it seems like, Kyle, they always have positive yards of at least 3 or 4 yards every time.
Yeah, no, it's been a great game plan by this Bountiful offense to seal that edge and try to get those positive yards.
2nd down and 7 from the 46 for the Red Hawks. Geilman takes the snap. He's going to hand it off the middle to Cottle, and Skyview bottles him up there. I believe it was Cottle.
Looks like, yep.
Yeah, it is Cottle. So they maybe gave him a yard for 3rd down and 6 coming up.
Yeah, and they haven't had that much success right up the middle. I think with DeHeck and with Connor Dean and that healthy rotation that coaches bring in, they haven't had any success up the middle.
Yeah, it seems like it's everything on that stretch play. So clock continues to run here, just underway in the 4th quarter. 3rd down and 6. Geilman takes it. He's going to hand off the Bulls up the middle, or maybe that was Cottle. Skyview bottles him up near midfield. He got across into the 49.
That was Bowles, I believe, with the carry.
Yep, you're right. So a 4-yard gain.
4th and 3.
4th down and 3 yards. We'll see if they bring in the punt team. They're at the Skyview 49. They've got they still have the starter or the offense out there. Under center tonight for the first time is Geilman. I formation. Just trying to draw Skyview off so far. Now he's barking out signals. He gets back under center. Still barking. Now he takes the snap, hand off to the fullback, and he's got the first down to the 46. That's Bowles. He was the up man, the first of in that I formation. Bowles was, and he got the snap.
Yeah, no, great play call.
So he got the 3 yards for the first down. That was the first time that they've lined up in I formation under center.
Yeah, that's he's been working out of the gun, out of the shotgun, out of the pistol a lot tonight.
So 34-14, Bountiful with the lead, 9:40 left in the game. 1st and 10 for the Redhawks. Snap back to Geilman. He's going to pass. No, the pocket breaks down, so he runs. He dives forward. Skyview has him. Is that Carling?
Let's see, that's 26 or 28. That's it. I see your point now. I see your point now of seeing how hard it is. Yeah, it's Cameron Carling.
I think it is, but it's hard to see those numbers when it's a 6 and an 8.
Yeah, I see your point there.
So from the 46, they're still a positive yards, 3 yards we'll give them. 2nd and 7 for the Redhawks. Clock continues to run, down to 9 minutes left in the game. Handoff up the middle, breaks a tackle, and then finally taken down, but like we say, it's always positive yards.
He falls forward every single time, and that's great running by this Bountiful offense. Izzy Torres and Izzy Torres on the stop there.
2-yard rush, bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Redhawks. And if you're Skyview, I mean, you're down 20. If you don't get a stop here, the clock continues to run, you might lose this game, but you want something positive going into the playoffs. You'll have a week and a half to think about it.
Oh yeah, no, you definitely want to start on a positive note.
Geilman's going to throw. They jump up to block it, and a late hit. That's got to be a flag, and a dumb penalty on Skyview. It was incomplete, and then the safety came up and just hit him late.
Yeah, and that was Jackson Sundstrom.
I think Sundstrom was trying to pull up because we know Sundstrom's not dirty like that.
No.
But he hit him and knocked him down.
Yeah, and that's just Sundstrom trying to make a football play, and wrong man in the wrong moment.
So an incomplete pass, but it will be a 15-yard penalty on Skyview, and we'll give them the first down.
Personal foul. Defensive player hit on the defense number 81. It's a 15-yard penalty. That yardage results first down.
And I will say, as much as you hate to see it on Skyview's side, the refs have actually called a pretty fair and clean game.
Oh, they have, yeah. I mean, they didn't back down like you've seen in past games. Maybe the officials wouldn't when they called that sideline warning and then gave them the penalty. Sometimes they won't do that. But 1st and 10 as they march at the 25. Geilman back to pass. He's got time. He throws over the middle. Touchdown! Watterson was in the end zone he was in good coverage, Kyle, but he couldn't locate the football.
Yeah, I think it got lost in the lights, and that was for Bountiful Jackson DeMorris with the catch. He's a big kid. He's listed at 6'2", 183 pounds. Was just able to locate the ball. Great play call by the Bountiful offense.
So it's going to be a happy senior night for Bountiful as they've upped the score to 40-14. Snap is back, extra point is on the way, and it looks good, and it is. So 41-14, Bountiful all over Skyview. 8:03 left in the game. We'll take a break and be back right after this.
This is Judd with ARS Flood and Fire Cleanup. It's late at night, the weekend or a holiday. You've just discovered your basement is flooded. Where are you going to find help right now? At ARS, we can take your call 24 hours a day, and when these disasters happen, we can have a flood team to your home within 30 minutes. We are also the insurance claim experts. When disaster overwhelms you, let ARS restore your peace of mind. Call 753-9600 or go to our website at arscleanup.com.
Welcome back to Bountiful High School. 41-14, Bountiful all over the Bobcats. They're going to improve their record heading into the playoffs. Bountiful is going to move to 7-2. The Bobcats will fall to 6-4 unless something that I've never seen in high school football, and that'd be an amazing comeback, Kyle.
That would be the story of Utah. more than the Lone Peak Corner Canyon loss last week.
Yeah, the snap, their 44-game win streak?
I think it was up to 48. I think
48.
It was, yeah.
So Bountiful about to kick off.
Watterson Watterson back to return along with Brighton Williams.
So Bountiful about to kick with 8:03 left in the game. And they kick it out of bounds. I don't know if they tried to kick that out of bounds on purpose, but that was directed so poorly out of bounds. I mean, there was no chance for anyone to get that. That was on the track.
Yeah, that almost hit the camera people out there.
But I guess when you give up a 95-yard kickoff return to Watterson, you're definitely not going to give him a second chance.
And that's true. They haven't even tried to kick it that way except for that one time, and it went out of bounds.
So again, this game brought to you by New Horizons Beauty College. Experience the latest trends and techniques to maintain your look by highly trained students, supervised by licensed instructors. It's New Horizons Beauty College bringing you high school football here tonight on The Fan.
Looks like Coach Howell is letting his JV get some reps. You have
so then at quarterback it should be Favero.
Favero, yep. And
Favero hands it off. Up the middle, nice run. We'll try to, is that Egbert probably?
No, it's Kaysen Spackman is his
Spackman is number 2, yeah. So sometimes we've seen Egbert back there. So a 1-yard gain there.
Yeah,
so like Jace Favero is in, and then
they got Hiram Hoops lined out wide.
Is it still Spackman back there?
Spackman still in the backfield.
Second down and 9 for the Bobcats. Favero back to Spackman up the middle, some positive yards. Gets up to about the 45-yard line. Good run.
Yeah, and Spackman over the from his is he a sophomore? No, he's a junior. From his sophomore to junior year, has just put on so much muscle. He's hard to bring down.
7-yard rush at 3rd and 2 for the Bobcats. All right, Favero looks to the sideline. The ball's on the left hash. 2 receivers to the right. As they wait for the play call, now he goes up to yell out the play to the lineman. Spackman on his left hip. In shotgun, takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Spackman. No, he kept it. The ball might be on the ground. Nope. He did hand it off to Spackman, but the defender was right there and took him down for a loss. Back to the 41-yard line, or excuse me, the 39. So marching back, it was 3rd and 2. It'll be about a loss of 4.
Yeah, and that's another an option play for the quarterback, where if that defensive end crashes down on that running back, the quarterback can pull that and run it up the middle. And we've seen Zollinger run that with a high degree of success for the Bobcats over the season.
Timeout by Bountiful, as Skyview has 4th and about 5. Again, stay tuned for our post-game show. We'll see if we get a comment from Coach Howell. Also, we'll be announcing our McDonald's player of a game. McDonald's, visit your local McDonald's for pickup and drive-through. They've got flexible hours. They're hiring, so they've got flexible hours, tuition reimbursement, plus other perks. Apply at careers.mcdonalds.com today. And also, stay tuned. We'll have our Old Gristmill Bread and Butter Play of the Game, where it's your chance to win 4 loaves of bread from the Old Gristmill. We'll announce that play after the game as well. and how to win that 4 loaves of bread. So that's all coming up on the post-game show. 4th down and 5 for the Bobcats as they're back to punt. Snap is back. It's a high one. Was that Davis Hall that one-handed it?
Davis Hall that one-handed it.
Jeez, got the punt away. It's a booming punt that lands at the 15. It's going to roll all the way back into the end zone. That was a punt that he crushed. And I don't know how he even palmed that. That was such a high snap, and he went up with one hand and palmed it.
Well, I mean, the gloves now compared to back then, you can catch just about anything. I've talked with a few players I used to play with, and back then, you know, run one drop of water and your gloves are slick, and now you throw anything at these kids and they're able to palm ball like that. But to Davis's credit, great recovery, great punt. That's about what would you classify that as?
Well, the line of scrimmage I think was the 35, so it would be 65-yard punt at least, but he was back even further to field it. And you know, you say those gloves, I'd need like 4 pair, and I still wouldn't have caught it. That's how much stick-em I'd need. There's no way I'd get that with one hand. 1st and 10 for Bountiful, run up the middle, and he's got 9 yards up to the 29, I believe.
And that's Colin Moore with the carry.
So 9 yards on that rush for Bountiful. Clock will run to 5:43. 41-14. Skyview will fall to 6-4 on the season. 2nd down and 1 for Bountiful. Take the snap, handoff up the middle again, and they've got the 1st down. Bowles has it up to the 37.
While we have a break, just a quick update on the Ridgeline Box Elders score. Ridgeline 57, Box Elder 21. So,
well, that surprises me. That score brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. Not that Ridgeline's ahead, but that Box Elder even scored.
It's got 21 points on. Yeah, I mean,
that's shocking.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 again for the Redhawks. They hand it off up the middle. Big gain here. Still on his feet to midfield. He's got the 1st down again. Moore up to the 50. So a gain of about 12. So Bountiful came into this game. I wonder what they were averaging rushing, but I'll bet tonight rushing the ball, they're close to 500 yards if they're not already surpassed it.
Oh, without a doubt. And again, credit to Corbin Cottle tonight for just carrying that rushing attack on his back, and then having Drew Bowles be a great supporting cast.
Yeah, low snap that time. Geilman went down low to get it and handed it off. And I believe it was a 2-yard gain for the Redhawks.
And we'll credit Austin Lyon with the stop there.
Yes. Let's see if we can name off some more of those defensive players that are getting into the game, Kyle, that don't get a lot of playing time at the varsity level.
64 on the end there. Seth Toulson. He's a great defensive lineman. Really a smart kid. 88. You've got Taylor Lindley. He's only a sophomore, but he's so long. So he contributes at both the
just
wide
made the
position.
tackle there on
just
2nd and 8.
Just made the tackle.
Yeah, it was a handoff, and he's knocked down short of the 1st down, but it's going to bring up about 3rd and 3.
Yeah, and then 67 looks like at the nose spot you got Mason Bird. You've got it's hard to see these numbers.
Yeah, 30, it is.
I think Ramsey Vickers is also in. You've got Seth Chambers, another great contributor for the JV squad for this team.
All right, a 3rd and 3 coming up for the Redhawks. 41-14 they lead, 3:23 on the clock. They're in Skyview territory at the 43-yard line. Handoff up the middle again for the 1st down, and Skyview knocks him backwards. He got the 1st down up to the 38. He got 5 yards, and then Skyview pushed him back.
Yeah, and that was Brooks Rigby that came in to finish him off. And I am high on Brooks Rigby and Michael Ferguson, both of them at the safety spot. Mike Ferg played quarterback for the JV squad, and then realized how deep the quarterback spot is for the next couple years at least for Skyview, and made the switch to wide receiver and safety, and has just flourished there.
Clock continues to run under 3 minutes, down to the 38-yard line of Skyview. Redhawks hand off up the middle. No, Geilman keeps it. He tries to get to the outside, and he's bounced out of bounds and taken down. As the two Bobcats there take him down, it'll be a gain. We'll stop the clock momentarily up to the 35, so 4 yards if they mark it at the 35, but is he going to the 34 or 35?
35, it looks like. So, that was Cason Spackman on getting him out of bounds there.
So 4-yard rush, 8th play of the drive that started at their own 20. Clock stopped at 2:43, 41-14.
Oh, they're
Skyview running a player off late. I don't know if he got off, but they're not going to call it. Which is fine. It doesn't really matter at this point. This game's out of hand. 41-14. Bountiful's going to get the victory. They get up to the 31, so a 4-yard run will bring up a 3rd and 2.
Yeah, Seth Chambers getting his pads in there and making a nice stop.
So again, Skyview we'll have to wait to see what their final RPI is. That's Saturday at 9 a.m. But depending on what it is, if they were at 5 coming into this week, if they stay at 5 or 6, they'll host a first-round game in Smithfield next Friday, and we'll have that here. We just don't know the time yet. So handoff on the left side, first down and much more across the 25 to about the 24. So 7-yard run for a first down.
Yeah, 7-yard run by Moore. He checks out of the game. And
so clock continues to run. It'll be inside 2 minutes left in the game when they snap this ball. 41-14. The Redhawks, they will be hosting a game for sure. They're a 5th seed right now in 5A, but with this win, they'll improve that and be hosting a first-round game in the playoffs when they start. So handoff to the right side. He's got some room, and he's knocked out of bounds by the Bobcats.
Brigham Morrison on the carry, and that's another big kid. He's only a sophomore, but he's weighing in at 6'1", 181 for this Bountiful roster.
So a 9-yard rush is what they mark it. It'll bring up 2nd and 1. 41-14, Bountiful with the lead, and the ball is placed at the 16-yard line of Skyview. A lot of backups in there for Skyview, trying to hold them out of the end zone.
Yeah, looks like both coaches have emptied their benches and kind of let their JV squad take over.
So shotgun formation, they hand it off again the left side, and Skyview drives him back, but he did get the first down. We'll see where the spot is, at the 12 maybe. And the 4-yard run. And for Bountiful, they bring in a player who's got a big, huge brace on his right leg.
So that's their starter, or
that's
former Max Barker, yeah.
Yeah, well, good. He got injured. He started 5 games. This team is already really good. They would have been that much better if he didn't get injured.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, just in the short time that he was playing, I mean, he already had 9 touchdowns and 3 interceptions in 3 games, and almost 1,000 yards passing. So to bring him in for senior night is kind of a...
That's awesome.
That's great. That's awesome.
That's awesome on senior night. They go into victory formation, and they down the ball, so the clock will run under 50 seconds. They'll have to run one more play, and then it will be all final. They spotted it, so I think they have to run one more victory formation.
Yeah, they snapped it at 49, and the clock only goes to 45. So. But one thing with this Bountiful offense, they took control early on with the run game, and it's hard to catch up to that kind of.
They go in victory formation, they down it, and it's going to be all over. So that's your final from Bountiful. Bountiful 41, Skyview 14. We're going to step aside, and when we come back, we'll be back with our post-game show. Again, stay tuned for our McDonald's Player of the Game and also our Old Grist Mill Bread and Butter play of the game, your chance to win 4 loaves of bread. Again, the final from Bountiful. Bountiful 41, Skyview 14. We'll be back right after this.
Find all the expertise you need to take care of your car, from advanced diagnostics and major repairs to oil changes, tires, brakes, and maintenance. You can count on Cache Valley Auto Care to tell you what needs fixing now and what stuff can wait. So whether your check engine light just went on or it's time for an oil change, now is the time to head over to Cache Valley Auto Care. Because when your car isn't working right, you just need someone who can help make your life a little easier. Cache Valley Auto Care, behind Home Depot on 200 East, 1175 North.
It's back to school time. You're getting the clothes and the supplies, but don't forget the haircut. The students at New Horizons Beauty College are trained in all the latest trends and techniques. Plus, New Horizons has great prices on the products to help you maintain that new look, like Redken, Matrix, Biolage, and Bricado. All services performed by students and closely supervised by licensed instructors. Oh, hey, they're also enrolling for fall classes right now. Create your own individuality at New Horizons Beauty College in Logan.
Sack lunch, picnic lunch, business lunch. There's nothing better or more satisfying than the lunch special at Old Grist Mill. It's lunch the way Mother Nature intended. All natural bread, the perfect amount of meat, veggies to your liking. And then it only gets better with your choice of a fresh baked cookie, chips, and drink. You know what we're talking about, that famous Old Grist Mill lunch special. Get your made-to-order special at the South Logan, and now Smithville locations. Old Grist Mill, here for you.
What's important to you is important to us. We love what we do and it shows every time. Great base and graphics. We made you look, made you look.
The Karen Nielsen Guild Mortgage Team will help you find the loan to fit your life. Guild Mortgage offers hundreds of loan products for a wide variety of borrowers, including first-time home buyers, military families, and rural residents. Guild Mortgage also offers many state, county, and city housing programs that provide down payment assistance. At Guild, they work hard to deliver what matters most to you with a loan that fits your life. Call 435-294-2480 or Google Karen at Guild Mortgage, NMLS 3274 and 80226, Equal Housing Lender.
When it's important to make an impression, call on the Logo Shop. They specialize in designing and customizing your logo onto t-shirts, golf shirts, jackets, and hats. Your logo will look great on name brand apparel from Nike, Travis Mathew, OGO, North Face, Under Armour, and Carhartt. The Logo Shop can put your logo on literally thousands of items: pens, water bottles, mugs, travel accessories, outdoor gear like Yeti coolers. Call on the Logo Shop and check out the possibilities.
The Logo Shop, logo stuff, the Logo Shop.
Your business has weathered the storms of change. Your employees have adapted to work from, well, anywhere. And you deserve an office technology partner that helps make your hybrid office the very best it can be. You deserve the latest laptops and desktops, the very best printers and copiers, the most robust network. You've gotten back to business. Now get back to greatness with Les Olson Company. Find out more at lesolson.com.
Les Olson Company.
Welcome back to Bountiful High School. Final score again, 41-14 Bountiful with the victory on senior night for them. And John Newbold, Kyle Heiner with you. And Kyle, it was 14-14 in the start of the second quarter there, but then it went all downhill from there for the Skyview Bobcats.
Yeah, and you look at the second half stats, unofficially, Bountiful shut down Skyview's offense. Only 21 yards rushing unofficially and 28 yards passing in the second half. So a total of 49 yards total offensively for the Skyview Bobcats tonight in the second half.
So the Skyview Bobcats lose 41-14. We're just going to get right to it. Old Gristmill, the bread and butter play of the game by Old Gristmill. Old Gristmill, have you tried the fantastic breakfast sandwiches served at South Logan and Smithville locations? You're going to love it. Muffins, scones, bagels, cheese bread, sweet rolls baked fresh daily. takeout, curbside, pickup, and delivery available. It's the Old Grist Mill. They sponsor the bread and butter play of the game. And it's your chance to win 4 loaves of bread if you listen to the Full Court Press on 106.9 FM on tomorrow. I was about to say Monday, but we're on Wednesday. So tomorrow, if you listen to the Full Court Press around between 4 and 6 p.m., Eric Franson, Ajay Salveson on the Full Court Press, when they ask for the bread and butter play of the game, call in and identify this play as the bread and butter play of the game, and you could win 4 loaves of bread from the Old Grist Mill. And it's going to be the 95-yard TD kickoff return by Cole Watterson that got the Bobcats back within 2. They got the 2-point conversion to tie it up at 14-14, but he had a 95-yard TD off the kickoff return, and it was a great return with 11-11 in the second quarter. That's your Old Grist Mill bread and butter play of the game.
Yeah, no, great. Cole Watterson on special teams really made the difference. I mean, like you said earlier, he kept the Bobcats in the game during the second quarter, and then just second half just got away from that Skyview defense.
Also, we have our McDonald's player of the game. They're the sponsor of it, but we're going to look at all the stats because it wasn't that good. We just gave it to Cole Watterson last game. He's been the bright spot this game. I try to spread it around, so we're going to – I mean, was there anyone else that you remember that stood out tonight?
You know, I mean, I know you give it to Cole Watterson. You've given it to Davis Hall. Kimball Jackson's probably – I mean, just from a leadership standpoint, but I would say that touchdown pass by Michael Ferguson, that catch by Michael Ferguson, I would name him the McDonald's pass, because that was a great adjustment by him, and being able to locate the ball. I don't have any official stats for him other than that touchdown.
Well, yeah, let's see what that touchdown was. Ferguson, he had the first touchdown. It was a 19-yard TD pass by Ferguson from Zollinger. So we can go ahead and give it to Michael Ferguson. So that will be our McDonald's player of the game. We'll get that down. It might have been his only catch of the game. But, hey, that's okay because that's what you want. One pass, one completion for a touchdown.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I think with Zollinger sorry, they're talking to me here, so it's hard to concentrate. But with Zollinger, I mean, he's such a great player when he has time to throw, and that's kind of been I hate saying weakness because it's not necessarily a weakness. It's room for improvement, but it's tough for Zollinger to make those kind of throws. The offensive line, certainly not what it was last year when you had Evan Hall on the left side. You had Bracken Schumann on the right side, and an experienced offensive line. It's hard for Zollinger to kind of make those plays with pressure in his face like that.
Well, again, 41-14, Skyview falls to 6-4. They were number 5 in the RPI rankings going into this game. They will be announced, the final rankings, 9 a.m. on Saturday. Again, we assume Skyview won't fall too far, and they still could move up possibly, but the top 3 seeds get a bye in the first round, but Skyview will probably host a game. If they're the 4th seed, they'll host 13 seed. If they're the 5 seed, they'll host the 12 seed. And we don't know the time of the game, but that game will be on October 22nd, next Friday, and we'll have all the coverage. Rex Davis will be back with me in the booth, but we'll have that game from Smithfield. I'm sure Skyview will be hosting it, but we'll have to wait for the final rankings. But Kyle, appreciate your time tonight and joining me on the broadcast. I know the Bobcat Nation and appreciates all that you did for these kids, coaching them the last couple of years, but you're moving on to be with Taylorsville, it looks like, in the next coming year.
Yeah. So got a great opportunity down here in Salt Lake, and then moving on to coach at Taylorsville, coach their running backs next season, 6A team. So they're a rebuilding program. I've talked with Coach, they call him Coach Rosie at Taylorsville. I've talked with him a few times, and he's got a really young team, but it's a team that has the potential to be definitely dangerous in 6A.
Well, we appreciate your time, and thanks for joining us tonight. And unfortunately, it didn't go our way tonight as Skyview Bobcats. So again, we want to thank you, Kyle, and also Hannah for doing the camera upstairs, Hannah Belknap, and also we want to thank Eric Franson and Kevin Anderson getting us on the air tonight. We appreciate them, as we had some technical difficulties here, but we got at least the game on. Maybe missed the pregame, but we appreciate them for all they did. And so have a great week. Enjoy the fall break if you're a student or a family on vacation, but we're going to call it good from here. It's Bountiful 41, Skyview 14. We'll have the first round of the playoffs for 4A next Friday from Smithfield. Stay tuned to the Full Court Press, and they'll let you know what those are and when those games will be. And you can always check those out on CashValleyDaily.com. So have a great night, everybody. Good night.
Good night.